Okay, awesome. It says that we are now live, so I do want to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for another stay-at-home open mic, part of our Monday night late mic, part of the open mic series, presented by the Barbed open mic series. We are, if you guys aren't familiar, most of you guys already are, but we are based out of El Paso, Texas, here in the Southwest U.S., right along the U.S.-Mexico border. My name is Richie Madrufo. I am the host and project director of BWOMS. And as always, we've been one of many platforms that have risen in the past year as that's given space to people who need it, the artists, the people who need to share their words and their words in the form of art. And I've heard people call it different things, going to church, therapy, releasing the demon. But we're a community, we come together. And so if you're tuning in right now on YouTube for the first time, welcome. We do have like a whole catalog of episodes on our YouTube channel. So after you watch this one, go back and you'll have some favorite poets. And throughout the show, people are going to be sharing ways in which you can support their work, whether it be purchasing a book or merchandise, or following a specific production company, or writing organization. There's always a lot of stuff going on. So because it is a community platform, I'm definitely encourage everyone to just share their stuff and definitely celebrate achievements. So if you've done podcast episodes, if you have any upcoming featured performances or readings, please let us know. Because even if we can't make it, it's still fun to celebrate it. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and just kick it off. As always, we have a list of performers set, not just from El Paso, but from all over the country and sometimes the world. And everyone's going to have about 5 to 7 minutes to do their thing, maybe share about 2 to 3 poems. It's a little bit more laid back. So, of course, I want you guys to, as always, show support. We show support in many ways. Because it's digital, you can type in the chat furiously. We have a live chat on YouTube. We have a live chat on the Zoom call. There's the little emoji reacts. And of course, once they're done, you feel free to clap and share and all that good stuff as well. Just let's just respect each other and each other's space, and I think we'll be good. Like I said, we're celebrating. With that said, we're going to start off on the East Coast. We're going to go with New York, and it's been somewhat of a tradition. We have Deadpan Lizzie, who's going to kick off the show. What is up? Welcome back. Yes, good to have you.
Always, thanks for having me again. Always happy to kick off Monday nights with everyone. I'm going to read 2 poems tonight. First one is called Are You Listening, Aphrodite? It is me, not a queer thirst trap. They both say I am a queer thirst trap. The way that my long, wavy, highlighted blonde locks, biceps, sports bra, and beanie made them want me. And in those moments, I could not have been more turned off. I'm finally confident in my temple. It took 27 years to shed the freshman 15, which was really the freshman 40, and years of baby fat. So if I share a photo of myself bearing it all, it is for me. The cliche Instagay posts are not my honey, though there are a lot of flies out there who try to stick to me. This is not how I want to meet my one and only. If either had said my knowledge and intelligence made me a queer thirst trap, my love of Salinger, Zadie Smith, and the infatuation with disco, maybe it would have been a much more helpful relationship with both of them. But why would they care? Why would any of them care? According to society, I am more attractive than the average woman. What does that even mean? But I guess a Libra whose scales are unbalanced and a Taurus who hides behind her horns should not be trusted. I am thirsty for a mate, Aphrodite, but one who looks beyond my looks. And the final piece I'm going to share, I wrote in a workshop the other night. It's called Slowly Descending. I set many goals, some say too many, that I need to make myself less available, which is something I've never understood until now. Though my time out west was not 100% relaxing, it was an awakening, a time to figure out what I want in this new decade of my life. I have many chapters that need to be finished this year, some that need to be completed before others, and they will get finished in time. but I will try my hardest to not burn myself out. As I climb my Mount Everest this summer and the rest of 2021, relief will come in small doses. I took one step today towards relief, one email that will hopefully help my anxiety and career, not fixating on certain words I crafted in order to communicate my worries, trying to not sweat about it for the next several days, reminding myself it will happen, practicing patience, practicing patience, practicing patience. Do I set my goals too high? Have I burnt my talents out before I summit? I do not think so. But what I have learned in the last 23 days is that it is okay to slow down, to not be as available, and to stop comparing myself to others, slowly descending. I will never be like anyone else. I am not another character in a Orwellian world. I am me. I'm learning to accept who I am and trying to love myself as much as I can every day. Not beating myself up because I ran 1 mile instead of 10. Not letting my day spoil like milk because I decided to sleep an extra 2 hours. Not crying because I could not make an event where a misconnection happened. Not dwelling in the imposter syndrome. Not giving into the FOMO. I must live my life healthily for me so that I can share my unique talents with those who want it, so that I can positively embrace theirs. Self care and hard talks with yourself are exhausting, but when you are ready to have them, slowly lean into the changes, digest them, relief feels good. We learn at a young age from the tortoise and hare, slow and steady wins the race. I need to continue reminding myself that this is good and not bad, that my voice matters, that my anxiety matters, that it is never an excuse. Thank you.
Important stuff. Wow. I think you took a deep breath and had all those very important self reflections. I love it. I think
Thank
everyone
you.
needs to hear that. Think about it. Thank you, Lizzie. So really quick, you know the drill. Like, do you have anything you'd like to specifically promote this week, or just, I mean, where we can find you and all that good stuff?
There's too much to promote, but that is a good thing. So, but it's a good thing. Even though my poem, I guess, contradicts that a little bit. But you can just find me on Instagram, es_Strauss, and my link tree and all that info, or that's upside down. All that info is there, and I'll drop my link tree in the chat. Thanks so much.
Some perfect. I'm gonna awesome as always. Give it up, guys. Also, yeah, I was talking about ways in which we can, like show appreciation and gratitude for the performer. One of my favorites is just like the little window that we have on Zoom. If you're on, you can just go wild like that. I see people do it all the time. I see people raising the roof, and I see people doing their best Kermit the Frog. You know that one? So there's a lot of ways you can give feedback. We're just showing that love. So thank you. That's another one, right? The favorite one. Awesome. Yeah, share that link. And I'm gonna also try and share these on the YouTube live stream. And shout out to again everyone who does take an opportunity throughout the actual event to attend. Like Andres is always here to support. So I'm always gonna shout you out as well. Sandy Hills, Donna often checks in when she can. Cool. All right. And I do want to give a shout out as well to Ed Poetastic. He's often here. We see him at all the open mics. He just messaged me. He can't make it today. There's a little power outage, or so I want to send my love to Ed. If you're tuning in somehow or watching this at some point, um, man, it's good to also take a break, right? Just going off of Lizzie's poem, it makes perfect sense. So we're gonna go ahead and bring up our next performer, and we're gonna go from New York to Denver, where we have, of course, another regular and favorite. We have Mike Sindler back in the house. What is up, man?
Okay, seeing how we can't have Ed, we'll at least have his glasses, right? Just kidding. We missed you, Ed. Yeah. Okay, enough said. I won't try his great rhyming schemes. I'm gonna Brian, whose birthday was yesterday, along with Marissa's, did a really neat workshop this weekend at Tumblewords, and I wrote this in that workshop, so I thought I'd go ahead and read it. It's a haiku sonnet, and it's called Nature's Children. Ash blowing eastward from screaming western mountains, voices heard on the wind, stream cross continent, dulling the glow of morning above Atlantic, sympathetic rain, class sad sojourner to breast, coasts unite in tears, Mother Nature's children never learning. Soon the entire globe will be burning. And yeah, a lot of people here know how great Tumblewords is, and a lot of us know how great Brian is too. So this is another recent thing called Spun Black, kind of me writing about writing. Pin poised, ink laden tip tantalizes clean blue line beige, urging rolling ball to rest upon surface, skate sharp lines of wet black, scratching surface of white pad poetics, short strokes of clarity, run on riffs running to edge, getting lost in mark out marshes of incomplete erasure, chosen and unchosen phrases just hidden enough not to hinder flow. Words roll from brain down arm to dance, liquid slate of language drying onto sketchy, fragile strokes, thoughts laid gently upon sheet to rest and regroup, pause, stroke, pause, pattern emerging, syllables play amongst themselves, extend off into sentence. Some fragment forms staccato stepping stones, veer and weave zigzagging paths, whole surface alive, spun filigree of verse, open spaces lend air to lace of iconography, imagination's foundations blueprinted between horizontals, descending documentation, trails towards temporal conclusion, momentary myth of completion resting between recitation, recombination, and recapitulation. Each pause on a page a space for dreams, pen rests, ink waits, still more tales to flow in time from spun black onto sheer white. And that sort of brought me, I was like, oh, that reminds me of another thing I wrote a long time ago, so I'm going to read it. And I was in the Denver Art Museum, and I walked into this room, and this woman was doing a display of lace making, and she was just way cool. So this is the lace maker's gift, and this is several years old. The thread has a memory, the lace maker said to me. She created a manuscript that formed a relationship between cultures and ages. Its material pages were woven and printed, embossed, and indented and studded with bobbins and birds such as robins and storks, peacocks and doves, fabrics repurposed from gloves and dresses and tablecloths, blankets wholly from age and moths, all telling a story of heraldic glory, a quilted book of hours, the lace maker's powers had created, whole cloth and piecemeal, soft and hardened materials, crimsons, cobalts, eggshells, and teals, wood, metal, feather, and stone, embellish this textile tome like a thread full of memory. It both entangled and set me free. And that being said, I'll put on the hat, and this is our good buddy Bruce, Ghost of Tom Joad. Men walking along the railroad tracks, going someplace, there's no going back. Highway patrol choppers coming up over the bridge, hot soup on a campfire under the bridge, shelter lines stretching around the corner. Welcome to the New World Order. Families sleeping in the cars in the Southwest, no home, no job, no peace, no rest. Well, the highway is alive tonight, but nobody's kidding nobody about where it goes. I'm sitting down here in the campfire light, searching for the ghost of Tom Joad. Pulls a prayer book out of his sleeping bag. Preacher lights up a butt and takes a drag, waiting for when the last shall be first and the first shall be last in a cardboard box beneath the underpass. You got a one-way ticket to the promised land. You got a hole in your belly and a gun in your hand. Sleeping on a pillow of solid rock, bathing in the city's aqueduct. Oh, well, the highway's alive tonight. Where it's headed, everybody knows. I'm sitting down here in the campfire light, waiting on the ghost of Tom Joad. Now, Tom said, Mom, whenever there's a cop beating a guy, wherever a hungry newborn baby cries, where there's a fight against the blood and hatred in the air, look for me, Mom. I'll be there. Whenever somebody's fighting for a place to stand or a decent job or a helping hand, wherever somebody's struggling to be free, look in their eyes, Mom, and you'll see me. Well, the highway is alive tonight, but nobody's kidding nobody about where it goes. I'm sitting down here in the campfire light with the ghost of old Tom Joad. Thank you very much.
Right on, man. You know, one of the best things about leaving the cover poem to the end is you get to do the hat tip when you're done. Awesome. Thank you, Mike. I know you always like to plug Lighthouse Writers. There's the sheet.
LighthouseWriters.org. New classes coming. Actually, it's kind of weird. They're having some in-person classes and some Zoom classes. It's going to be weird. I'm not sure if they're going to have any more classes still in the actual mansion or whether the new ones will be in our new space. Freaking out. But there'll be loads of stuff online, so check them out.
Yeah, right on, man. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, what an interesting time too of transition, finding a new space, and then with stuff opening up, and then also just I don't know about you guys, but I'm just like, please, 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 just everybody chill out. Like let's be good with this. We'll keep doing live events as long as we can, but people are kind of messing it up for us. I don't know. Anyway, but we're doing live events now with Barbed Wire, by the way. So if you guys are in the El Paso area, El Paso, Las Cruces, Juarez, or passing through, always be on the lookout. In fact, this week we always do an event the last Thursday of every month. So this Thursday we're going to be doing a live open mic at an excellent brewery in central El Paso called Old Sheepdog Brewery, coming out as part of last Thursday's El Paso. Great beer. There's going to be a food truck set up, and there's an art gallery right across the street. So people like to come back and forth and enjoy all of the performance, all the art and entertainment. That's my transition plug too. And hopefully our next performer can make it. I know she made it to our first one. We had it back and got to read. We have Robin Schofield back on the mic. And if you haven't heard Robin yet, open up your ears. It's Robin. What's up?
Hey, Richie. Hey, everybody. I hope you'll indulge me. I'm going to read something brand new in that I just wrote it last month. And it's kind of long, but it's in 3 parts. Okay, Demonstration Garden. 1. Mid-spring. In dappled light, Ignacio planted tomatoes called Heat Masters in our county demonstration garden, while I sowed seeds for marigolds, flowers for the dead, yes, but also serving to ward off nematodes and white flies. They were Mother's favorite flower, but she never understood not to plant them in the shade. She thought only of their orange faces and where they looked good. She didn't think of what flowers need. Mother, marigolds eat the light. Why didn't you know that? Now I, who study the garden in all of its seasons, Must plant marigolds in the partial shade of the tomatoes to protect them from harsh desert sandlight. 2. Midwinter. There was no harshness in the light of north central Texas, land of live oak and weeping willow, land of creeks and springs and man-made lakes. There was the dark speed of the blue norther when the wind turned strong and the pressure dropped and the temperature, yellow light drained out of the sky, and my father liked to stand out in the weather to feel it come in. But he had no sympathy for me when I went outside to write on a gray November day. He yelled and told my mother she's playing some kind of game in her notebook. My father didn't plant flowers or anything else. He had fled the farm on purpose a long time ago. In fact, he trimmed their trumpet vine at the wrong time every spring at mother's behest, nipping off the barely orange buds. One night when I was 12, he had us stay up to catch the lunar eclipse, and we saw the moon turn red and her light spill into the stars. He pointed out Orion's belt of 3 worlds, the first I'd seen them. The Big Dipper, the North Star, Milky Way, my first travels in the universe. 3. Midsummer. He took us on our first travels throughout the country, long road trips. When we went from Dallas to Carlsbad Caverns, he said, "Hey, we're halfway to the Grand Canyon." And so we went from the dark caves of shiny limestone to sunsets on the south rim. He took us to the big lake near us, made by damming up 2 creeks, the Garza and the Little Elm. I saw green light braiding the underside of leaves, the sparkle of the motorboat's wakes in the distance on the white and blue water. I remember Mother in her orange poncho on the beach, under the umbrella, shielded from the sun, while she slathered us with sunscreen. I saw the full moon rise over the Galveston seawall and spangle the waters of the Gulf of Mexico. 50 years later, I watched the full moon come up over Mount Greylock in the Berkshires, a land of lakes and rivers and mountains. Here is a luxurious garden where the tomatoes are just starting with basil in between. A helicopter passes over and puts its searchlight right on Liskin and me. It must be my borderland karma or some backpacker lost in the dark. These hemlock and spruce forests and the light that filters through in the shape of the scarlet salamander or the white bark of birch in the moonlight. No, the forest isn't dark after all. So different from the dark, rainy El Paso to which I return, the core of Hurricane Enrique passing over. Sunset through the clouds looks like the golden full moon. Sheets of rain, orange street lamps slanting through. Out the window the next morning, the light has migrated to silver drops on the pine needles. There is the annoying announcement of the pale green alarm clock, a sphere of green light till I put the black fan in front of it, making curved green slats. When it's dawn in the dappled garden by a lake in the great Chihuahuan desert, I'll admire the beautiful squash flower, the brilliant yellow gold of it. I'll think of how my mother would have loved the color. I'll think of how she wouldn't have been able to tend it or nurture it in any way, even though she loved it. Thank you.
Yes. Oh man, so cool. So great. The whole time as I was listening to that, I was thinking, when people have a rhythmic flow, people always like love to shout bars, bars, but and you have that for imagery, you're just stacking on top of each other. I'm like, there you go. I have to remember, I'm gonna have to refer to Kit's timestamps when you read, so I can like go to my students like, all right, and here's a good example, some imagery, type up Robin and find your timestamp to show that.
Oh, cool. That would be awesome.
Absolutely. So really quick, I know, is there anything you'd like to promote at the moment? How can we find you or your work?
Yeah, right now you can, thanks to Maria Miranda Maloney, you can find my work, Sunflower Cantos, at Literary Bookstore. She went by and dropped some off. And I also have my book, Flow, that won an award, Southwest Book of the Year. And so I have those two books. And yeah, you can go by Literary Bookstore if you're in town, or if not, I'll put my email address and we can talk about postage and stuff like that if you're interested.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Robin. And yeah, I saw that. That's really cool. So congratulations on getting your book there. Yeah, definitely recommend it. If you're in the Paso area, go check out Literary Bookstore. First of all, got to support the
Yeah, very
bookstores.
good.
Yeah, got to support them. We also have Brave Books as well in Central, worth checking out. But and also shout out to Maria Maloney. She's got her new collection of poems out, The Lost Letters of Maleva. Pretty cool story behind the that name there, and what her background is, I guess. But it's worth checking out. Also, Maria is one of my editing team for our upcoming Life in the Time publication that we got a grant for, and so that's currently in the works and should be coming out uh, around August. So I look forward to that. Thank you, Robin. Glad you can make it. It's always a treat when you get to make it on. Thank you.
Thanks, Richie.
I let's see. Cool. So one thing that I feel we need to do is probably have like if you guys are do drinking games, just take a shot every time I say thank you. Because I feel like I say like 3 or 4 times after somebody's done. I get like self-conscious, like, did I just say thank you 3 times? I did. I meant it, but I also did say it that many times. Um, I'm trying to be like more effective with one. Uh, anyway, let's keep going. Next up we have Vale. Vale Larkin is in the house and is going to share a little something, I believe, multimedia. So I'm excited about that. So what's up, Vale? Welcome back to the show.
Hi, thanks. I have a little bit of a voice today, so I am going to read something short, and then I'm going to play a short audio file. Here, I'll read my first thing first, and then I'll explain the other one. This is a poem called Greenwich. It refers to Greenwich, England, where Europeans decided time would be centered, universal time. And trigger warning for violence against Native Americans. John Sassaman was a Massachusetts man, the tribe, not the state. And he was killed by Europeans, and his death was blamed on local tribes. He was a fairly, he had integrated fairly closely into the European community. He was killed by the Europeans, and they used his death as an excuse to wipe out the local tribes. And this all happened in the same year as Greenwich Mean Time, or rather as the establishment of the Prime Meridian. Greenwich. Do you remember the year we stole time? We snatched it from the grasp of the rest of the world and we planted it feet first in our cold soil so it could not run out. We tied it down with lines of logic and longing traced onto the globe like prison bars. We confine, and so we possess, say our greedy hearts. We killed John Sassaman the year we stole time. Native where we were interlopers, he gave us the gift of his heart. We painted our war machines with his blood and we rode down his people. Do you remember the year we stole time? And I will bring up a share screen if somebody will give me permission. Do I have permission? Cool. Share our sound. This is an audio file for a feature. It's a start of a project that I'm doing for a feature for Brooklyn Poets. They're interested in the accessible art that I've been working on. And so this is a reading of a poem of mine called Toolmakers by Tulip Biederman from Nomadic Press. And the music is by a project called Doors in the Labyrinth.
The green wild goes mad in its agony, skies crashing down with thunderheads to crush us, our baking cities desiccated of any liquid save oil. Is it any wonder that they burn and burn? We watch the dying seas rising, spreading salt through the aquifers and licking away sand and tender wood and rusting metal in rushing rivers down every street. We would need to become fish people, or frog people, or long, stilted herons if we were to stay. Too late, too late. We should have remained animals to begin with. Better that than what we have become, a vast maw snatching every scrap of land from all who have always belonged to it. We are tool makers, chained to our DNA like a wagon. If only we made tools to regrow cloud forests, to repair the great scars we have carved in the mountains, to renew creatures we've long since doomed to decay, and to diminish ourselves to the mortal meat of our own substance.
Shit. Hold on. Sorry about that. Let me try that one more time and I'll just start it from the middle.
You were at 1:15 when it stopped.
Thanks.
To the sounding of our own hearts, to our place in the greater pattern, to the vitality of living beyond the veil of avarice.
Okay, now.
Wow. That was wonderful. I know you're having difficulty speaking right now. So if you want to type out your stuff in the chat or like whatever you'd like. Can we listen to that anywhere online, by the way, or is that like yet to be released?
It's yet to be released. It's going to be released on Brooklyn Poets website. I'm getting an acquaintance who is a deaf CDI, certified deaf interpreter, and they're going to do performative sign as it'll be a video eventually.
Wonderful. Thank you. I'm glad you made it back. It's good seeing you, Val.
You too. Thanks.
And anything else? I'll share the links as well on YouTube, our YouTube stream. Sweet. I one of the things I really enjoyed about that was just kind of watching everyone just silently absorb, not just the poem that you read to, but also what we heard in the song. So that's great. Can't wait to hear more of that project as well. Congratulations on that. All right, let's see. I forgot to post up next, but once again, welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic. We're here on Mondays just jamming out, hanging out, getting things off our chest and celebrating each other. So we're gonna go ahead and we have a return. It's been a while since she's been back, but we have Sky's the Limit back with us. And I remember last time really did some great stuff. So it's great to have you back. Sky's the Limit. Take it away. The stage is yours.
Thank you. It's good to be back. It really is great to be back. I've got a few poems I'll read, and I'll say a little bit about me, I guess. All right. You said, I will protect you. With your brazen guns and Bible verse, yet you continue obeying the American curse to try and pull the trigger first. A curse that the heart bleeds red, white, and blue, yet you don't know who you really are, do you? Apart from the crew, you medicate just to stay away from the truth. So how do you expect to protect me when you can't even seem to respect me? On the streets you inject me, thinking thoughts like bullet holes. They're new lessons of old from the blue-blooded code, hiding the secrets my father's told, but your addiction is the one making me cold. Running this hate through my veins, and I don't even know you. Though I don't even dare, your bullets don't care. Then you said, I'll protect you. I give you my word. Like your tongue wasn't a snake with more eyes to cover and more lives to take. In the past it was murder, and today a mistake. You break the promise of freedom, a song you don't seem to know, but you put on a good show, busting dealers so you can sell on the low. Taking fathers from families to fill your quota, so you can keep clueless America from having an iota of suspicion. And people say the condition of this country is depleting. Yet we've all been here pleading while they're missing the meaning of that dirt on your shoulder. You pop another cold one year after year, and I only wish I was talking about beer. You say I'll protect you as you blend in the crowd, yet you're in what the country's not saying aloud. You're the reason every salute feels like a bow at the silence that lays on the lips of those dead, because your bullet to their head solved things faster instead. All your trophies lay mute in a morgue on a shelf, so don't blame me for protecting myself. So that's the first one. That one was called I'll Protect You. This one is called A Game. And just like that, I was a game to you. I was something you could play when you wanted. A violin, a fiddle woman. Have me as your middle woman. Love me because I was big, then leave to love a little woman. You could have anyone, so you had them all, but I was the only one on call. When you had a bad day, I'm the one who would pay, only to stay like a fly on the edge of your wall. We fought, and I was always the first who gave, always craving your love, so I caved, thinking that saving your game would fill my own soul, but our love was two-player style with only one control. Sometimes I check my pulse, hoping for an extra life where I wouldn't have to fight a Mortal Kombat for my own rights. Maybe one where I would find my heart, not hidden below your paws, and start buttons. And just like that, you became a game to me. How many times do I have to play to hear she and she say you laid with them today? How many dimes do I have to spend till I get tired of this merry-go-round and get down? And how much have you cost me? Your whole machine is faulty. You're mad, but I'm supposed to be the one salty. Because somewhere among those dimes, I lost me. And just like that, I put you down. I walked away because you'll always run game. Don't blame my honesty, for you'll always be the same. I'm not trying to guess who you're laying with next or hunting your clues just so you'd confess. All those hearts you've dismembered in order to bed them? Was it worth it to play me as your words misled them? I'm worth more than where your $1.50 goes, and you're not who I choose. I'm not what you chose. You played. I'm not staying. I've paid all my dues, so adios, player. Game over. You lose. So I have one more, and that would be my newest poem. I was going to read it at another spoken word, but didn't have a chance to, so this is new material. I actually read it at one place right before this, like 2 hours before. Spirit animal. I am a spirit animal that's not yours to tame. Although I was bitten, I have smitten your name, My eyes have seen souls more than your Mary Jane bowls, and my sight I rely on more than what you get high on. And I'm not against ascension, but your airs are misleading, breathing out fabrication, claiming I must be dreaming. But I'd rather live off my thoughts than die on your words, because hello sets my peace, but goodbye sets my standards. You think with your scent, smelling me like Pavlov's pet, frothing with saliva and wanting me to get wet. But wet with what? The excuses you supply on demand? But yet I'm the savage you're supposed to understand. I'm supposed to resort to your primitive ways when you eat, sleep, and breed as your lips curse the days. Starved, thirsty, and shivering, your soul skinny from the lies, waiting for trite crumbs to fall from a facade you've idolized. See, I'm leader of my pack, never wanting to look back, while you're sheep of the wool, cut down by many, a fool. You may think that it's cool that you wait for the shearer, hoping they'll shave your eyes near your eyes to help you see clear, believing they'll allot you more insight, more health when they're the ones profiting off your wealth. You can see that I'm shining, which is why you berate me, but I don't have to have external things to validate me. I stand with my 2 feet, with a spirit you abhor, standing tall while you're cursing me, because you need 4. You can throw insults of a worldly kind or try to push out all these things in your mind, and you can call me an animal just because you can't jive, but don't fuck with my spirit, or I'll eat you alive. So that's the last one I had. That's new material.
Oh, that was amazing. You know the little like meter that you kind of had running at the end there, and the content had the spiritual successor energy of Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. I was kind of feeling that, channeling that a little bit.
Thank you.
Yo, where can we find more of your work or connect with you online?
Instagram, you have the @ skysa.limit. I have Twitter, sky's the limit, one word, and YouTube, sky's the limit, 2 words. I will post more in the chat, but that's pretty much what I'm doing. I am looking for new opportunities locally. I am in Tennessee as of right now, but new things are developing, and I'll keep you all posted.
Awesome. I love it. That's a way to build suspense. Like, hey, stay tuned. There's some stuff happening. So stay tuned. Yeah, definitely. If you haven't already, follow around those things. Thank you for performing that. All of them powerful pieces. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. Awesome. What's up, Camlin? Welcome back. Yes. All right.
I'm so excited to be back.
Awesome.
How do I get on the list?
Oh yeah, let me get you a link really quick.
To sign up on Eventbrite, is that it?
No, should I use that? I keep
don't
meaning to
know.
ask you guys. I have Google links, but you know what? I'm gonna post it right here in the Zoom chat. If you
Lovely,
wanna
thank you.
add.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Sorry.
Good to see you. Welcome. Let's see. But right now we're gonna go from Tennessee to Georgia, where we have Andy Marker in the house, and you're such an expressive listener. I've really enjoyed listening to Andy, listening with my eyes, listening to Andy react to everyone's poems. So Andy, what's up, man? Welcome back.
Oh, hey, buddy. How you doing?
Excellent.
Oh my God. Did it not just jump to my face? This is the first time in forever. It's never done that. My God, I don't get to do it. Oh, there it is. Fuck. Actually, I'm like low key kind of feeling myself today, but like I really would rather look at y'all because there's hotter people to look at in this room. Hi. We're gonna do. Oh, thanks. I am rocking a little bit of a plaid lumberjack vibe. We're just gonna talk about my vibe. Fuck poems tonight. We're just gonna talk about my vibe. But like, yeah, I've got 2 tonight. Yes, it does, baby. Yes, it does. And I got 2 tonight. This first one's funny. In my early recovery, when I was first getting clean, one of our favorite things to do was midnight croquet games in public parks that had long since been closed. And this poem is about that. This is called Midnight Laughter Resonates, an Aria of Youth. Headlight high beams illuminate the field as the sound of laughter rings off trees older than any of us have any right to be or will be. We do not fear the blue lights or the red now mixing with the bright light of our cars, our croquet game left in an open field as we sprint away, laughing into the forest like wood nymphs. They called my suburb the Golden Ghetto. We knew this chase. We loved it more than the game. We do not fear the stomping crunch of boots on fallen leaves, save Bo, who always seemed to have a warrant for something, but maybe so did others, real or imagined. We were all the people meant to be protected from and not protected. The handcuffs love our wrists, even if we only play cops and robbers now in the bedroom. In the shadows of smiles, it's hard to recognize our game would end in warnings. It took me decades to see the color of my skin glow reflected in the pale moonlight. Let the night end in the bass sound of crickets and not the staccato claps of gunshots. We laugh because it is good to break the rules again. It is good to let your body feel a freedom unbound by expectations. Acceptability is a mask so heavy, our bodies have never learned to wear right. Croquet at midnight is irrational. But how else does a mind make sense of the loneliness? When you cannot tear our skin with needles or inhale the vapor that tastes so much of home, that feels so much of belonging. Her hand grips mine in the bushes so hard my knuckles crack. I can feel the vibration of her heartbeat, and we kiss as though it is the last time our tongue will touch what it wants, believing we will once again have to put our tongues to work for survival in hostile worlds. Even if survival is what I taste against her tongue as it swirls against mine in the midnight of this park, even if we pretend to call it freedom, these bodies that crave the game is alien. The running is home. The running is home. The running is home. So that's my first one. And shucks, fine. The second one, I went to one of those immersive Van Gogh things and ended up just sort of sitting in the middle of it for 4 hours weeping and was wildly moved. And out of that came this poem because I can't paint for shit. And it's called What Are My Hellos If Not a Kind of Goodbye? Or Vincent van Gogh was 37 when he died. Upon leaving the asylum where Van Gogh, the painter, spent his final days, his doctor wrote one word in his notes regarding Vincent: recovery. Months later, Vincent van Gogh killed himself. I too know what it means to walk through a space healed with turmoil boiling on the inside. I too know what it means to be eaten alive from within behind a smile. I too know how to convince you I am calm when on the inside I am screaming. The best mask I ever wore is the word okay. The best lie I've ever told is the word fine. The best goodbye I've ever whispered is hello. The difference between Vincent and I is I have held the gun and not used it. Some days, I don't know if that fact actually makes me stronger. Vincent van Gogh was the most prolific in the last 10 years of his life. Between his drawings and his paintings, he averaged one piece every 3 days. As I felt myself need to write faster, there was a time I could write a piece a day. What does that say about me? Am I racing to meet my eternity? I am 34. What parts of me will survive if I don't make it to 38? I too know what it is to want to escape into creation, to wish so hard to be anything else but this, to want so hard for a world that will never be yours. I've still got both my ears, but I'm missing chunks of a soul I've carved away for less. God knows I'm trying to find the right pen to dissect this pain in front of me, to define the nature blinding me, to distract me from my loss, and failed. Perhaps that's why there is always another poem. I've got to find new instruments to cut this pain to pieces, no matter how rusted. I've got to keep sketching my hopes into your faces. I've got to keep speaking my dreams till I'm coarse from colors only I can see. That the essence of each poem is a cry for survival, conducted by a man that lacks the vocabulary to describe desire, trying to claw his way to a kind of light. Dear God, I love the light I see in your eyes. I'll write the swirls into my own starry skies. I'll keep painting the same vase of sunflowers with words as I write my love into every page as though it was paint on canvas. I am not a madman. Neither was Vincent. Thank you guys very much.
Oh man. Oh.
Andy, oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's a gut punch, man. Oh, I'm grasping for air.
Fuck you for being so good, man.
Fuck you.
That's the compliment.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you, dog. Jesus Lord. Yeah, right back at you, bro.
Damn, man.
How y'all feeling? Y'all need to take a breath with me for a minute. Would that make y'all feel good if I was like, if we just took a big breath together? That was a pretty big one.
Let's do it. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
It's one thing to write.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't want to mess up the breath.
I interrupt. No,
and I just totally fucked it up. I fucked it up.
It's all right. I love you. It's okay.
It's one thing to write like one line that you wish you like wrote or whatever from like, you know, that like a poet writes and then you're like, man, I wish I wrote that or whatever. But like to write like an entire poem like that, like that's a whole nother like level of like, I don't know. Again, just fuck you for being that good.
That's the best response. Like,
yeah, that's the only response I will now accept. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Andy, what do you have going on, man? Anything like to promote? Publications, books, you know the usual.
I mean, this shirt's baller, but I've got nothing really to promote right now. I'm not doing much anything but living in my hermit kingdom of the Deep South. So yeah, I was here tonight. That's something to promote. Love you guys a whole bunch.
We definitely know that. We felt that one, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, Andy. Oh man, yeah. Some pieces, a lot. I mean, it happens a lot here. You know, you talk about Van Gogh, and I think a lot about, you know, just going to see art in museums and even open mics and poetry slams. These pieces pack so much emotional content that, you know, the only thing you can do is just sit with them for a little bit and let soak them in. And yeah, I mean, it's an emotional drain, but in a good way, right? In a way we're connected. So, damn, man, damn.
And Andy, I tell you, you know, when you are as real and as present as you are, you make me want to be better. You make me want to be real and bring it and not just perform some shit. And so I want you to know that you're an inspiration. When you guys just put yourself out there, it makes me want to be real. Even though every part of me just wants to run and hide. So thank you.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We're feeling it, feeling it. Thank you, man. Actually, let's keep going because we got more peeps. Oh, we got like a bunch of peeps joining us right now. Once again, welcome to the Stay at Home Open Mic. That was Andy. We're gonna keep it going. In fact, we're gonna go to New York City where we have Mito making her return. Always great to have Mito with us. What's up?
Wow, I don't even know if I'm capable of following that. Like, I feel like I should just leave right now, like close the computer and be done. You know, so that's thanks, Andy. Thanks for that. So I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna try. I've got two new pieces that I've been sort of like playing around with. The first one was inspired by Paul Conqueso's beautiful Make It Make Sense workshop. So I sort of like took what you were talking about and like worked with it. So it's called Your Body is a Tree. Your body is a tree, tall, swaying in the wind that blows between buildings, struggling to place your roots amid the cracks in the concrete, seeking stability in grounds constantly shifting. You find ways to adapt. You exercise, building strength in your branches to keep your balance. You adorn yourself with humor and airs, thickening your bark to protect your vulnerabilities. You hydrate, shed browning leaves, and go to the city MD to seek a prescription for what ails you so you can present yourself as glowing, fresh, healthy, thus withstanding many storms with minimal damage. But sometimes lightning strikes, bark beetles infest your mind, and you give in to the torment, fold over yourself and crumble to the earth, quiet and still for a little while. From calamity, new growth comes. Nimble and eager, new shoots reach for the light from your broken trunk. You refocus your energy on healing and growth, finding the determination and courage to take up space because you know you can. Resilient is how you evolved, and faced with the opportunity to begin, you take a breath and try again. So that was my first piece, Your Body's a Tree. And that was not inspired by whatever the fuck, Your Body is a Wonderland, whatever the fuck. All right, so I'm not doing John Mayer, he's a dick. We're not doing that. This one I finished writing when I was at the New Yorker. It was inspired by a little trip I went on over the weekend. So here we go. And the man who took me on it. All right. The spirit of the Macropus guards this place, where the priestess welcomed and fed us, where you made us a brew, poured lemons in a jar, let it stew, and served it to me, your eyes, inviting me to have a taste of what's beyond. I looked up, and the trees waved hello, glowed soft blue in the fading daylight, and you smiled because you knew I was floating, mind gone. Later, I followed you to the pool, slipping into velvet warmth. You swam off in the dark while I stayed in the shallows, gaze aimed toward heaven, and saw that the trees were feathers, ink blots slowly spreading into night sky toward infinity. Then you returned to be with me, and we shared a kiss that smelled like musk and tasted like peaches. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
All right, right on. Right on.
Is Andy saying that he didn't hear a word I just said? The way he's pointing at his fucking ears right now? He's like, oh, I can't.
No, baby. I was sitting here going, peaches. Are you talking about me, peaches? You don't know what I taste like.
Oh,
I wish.
That is crazy. Mito, it's been a while. You got anything cooking up that you want to promote or share, or just your social media?
I feel like I'm tending several small fires at the moment. Like it's a lot going on. So like I'm trying to keep the burn contained so we don't have, another like forest fire on the East Coast, metaphorically speaking. In my mind, metaphorically. Yeah, so I've got something in the works. I'll stay very mysterious. But I'm trying to get back to the open mics because it's been too long and I miss you guys and I'm happy to be here. So thank you. Oh, and also love letters to Gaia. If you're interested in purchasing an anthology about like the environment that Mr. Mark Hurt and Mr. Conqueso and Mr. Paleologos helped me put together, you can do that too. It's on Amazon. Thanks.
Oh yeah, awesome. Like just a casual. Oh, there's also the anthology. Go hit that up. Thank you so much. All right. All right. I don't know. My Wi-Fi might be going a little weird right now, but I caught that. Love Letters to Gaia. Check it out on Amazon. Got to get the link actually to our peeps on YouTube. Shout out to Sandy, who's also participating right now on the live stream as well. All right. So checking it out, we're gonna go to Pittsburgh where we have Gina back in the house, and again, it's always really great to have a return. Gina's been here before, and as always, welcome back. Hello.
Thank you. Hi, I'm so happy to be back. I missed everyone. I have not performed in a while, so like we are going to get into it. So I hope that everyone is seated and comfortable because like we're going. This first one is called Stop. It is about the disassociation that is socially approved. My therapist tells me I need to learn to be okay with boredom. She asks, what's so bad about being still? I bloody my cuticles before she's done speaking. You see, if I don't stop working, that means I don't have to tend to the blossoming trauma formation in my relationship. I don't have to think about if I'm eating too much, too little, too often, too gluttonously. I don't have to, for the third time this week, evaluate my relationship with alcohol, my relationship with sex, my relationship with myself, because we all know each of those relationships gaslit me into staying far too long. I shoved substances up my nose until I finally bowed out of my staring contest with death. I decided being the victor wasn't being the last one standing, but rather the first one trying to live. So I ran as fast as I could. I moved as far west as I could. I returned to school, and yes, I did move too fast to get that degree, to get those degrees. I did work too many jobs to make not enough to handle too many needs, but I tried, and I knew that when I stopped trying, that when I was still, I'd have to remember what I was running away from. That's the monster I'm not yet ready to face, especially when I'm still living with the demons that snuck into my baggage on the way over. So Angela, I hear you. I really do, but please, I'm not yet ready to be bored. This is called Love Me, and this is in honor of Disability Pride Month, which is just wrapping up. I only tell you I love you to hear you say it back. In my early 20s, my brain decided to stop producing the receptors I needed to maintain clear vision or feeling in my hands. The doctors advised me to spend time in the dark, to lie down for a year. They said it gets better. They said sometimes it doesn't. I tried to tell them I'd been sitting in darkness my whole life. I tried to tell them I'd been trying to access light, any light, just a glimpse, pretty please, for years. They said, how many receptors do you need? They said, have you thought about drinking more water? What they didn't realize was that water would just make its way down into a body that had never been too interested in survival. How do you hydrate an entity that stopped seeking nourishment long ago? How much water do you need to quench a thirst for connection so deep that your brain has now turned off to protect you from realizing it? You try to tell your body, I love you, despite you hating me. You realize you've had to whisper that to every entity who secretly, furtively could have, would have killed you. I only tell you I love you to hear you say it back. When you're told your nerves are damaged, you look the doctor in the eye and say, it's not my nerves, it's my bloodline. You're told to take steroids, sleep more, sleep less, eat more, eat less. You ask how many vitamins you need to take to hate yourself enough to come to the next appointment. You're told self-hatred is out of network. When you tell yourself that you deserve to be well, your brain temporarily reactivates to let you know you've never deserved anything less. Finally, your brain is working correctly. This is called Opt Out. This is one of the older pieces that I've written about the victories that we never wanted. The quickest way to opt out of loving yourself, liking yourself, tolerating yourself is to surround yourself with people who consistently and vigorously tell you how much they abhor you. You know and will continue to know deep in your bones that you make people so mad, so miserable that they inevitably grow to hate you. You will latch onto that guarantee until it brings you to your knees, gasping for breath, heaving for years over toilets marred with blood. No one can be as mean to you as you are to yourself, so viciously, so delightfully so, and you will claim that victory and run with it until the lining of your esophagus is ripped apart more than your arms. Save yourself the trouble and pass out earplugs before you scream at the top of your lungs. No one was planning on hearing you in the first place. Okay, and this is my last one. This is called Not All Men. You see, you wouldn't need to protect me if you weren't all trying to kill me. To the man who boldly exclaimed that rape statistics were exaggerated and women lied, we all lie, before gently and tearfully pulling me aside to talk about his own PTSD. I'm so sorry you've been failed by the same system I have. I'm so sorry your tears haven't been captured in the statistics, but I can't be expected to hold you up, to comfort you, to affirm you when you've pinned me to the ground while your friends trampled me. Toxic masculinity is a form of victimhood, I imagine, but you say you don't believe victims. The most insidious thing is, you know, you don't have to kill me to make me dead, but you'll keep trying anyways, and I'll keep letting you, because the one thing I've always understood to be true is only in deference to you will you let me be soothed. The worst part is I don't need you, but I want you. I want you bad, and my continued unraveling will be dependent on continuing to think of myself as too sad without you. But I know that if I allow myself to fixate on you like you're the antidote to my survival, I'll just wind up another statistic. Okay, I'm done. I did the thing.
Wow. Oh, the intensity. You just
did the
fuck yes. Fuck yes.
Oh my goodness. That was yes. Oh, Gina, amazing. Thank you so much for coming out, performing, and sharing those with us. For people who are like seeing for the first time, do you have work that people can support online, purchase, or just follow you online anywhere?
Yes, I am on Instagram at Gina Antonia Poetry. And thank you. Oh my God.
Okay, sorry, I was accidentally muted. Thank you so much. Again, take a shot. That's for me, because I said so many thank yous already. But I'm grateful for everyone, and you just came with like an intensity that I need to like take a pause on. All right, awesome. We have a really full list tonight, guys, and I'm working with peeps because we still have peeps signing up, but right now we're going to keep it going and go from Pittsburgh to Maine. Going to go to the land of Maine where our main man remains, and he just celebrated a birthday weekend, a workshop, and according to his bio this week, I appreciate the interaction, so I'm going to read them. On his bio, he says, "My mother disagrees with me that I was switched in the hospital nursery by an alcoholic nurse." Damn. Okay. But we have Generalissimo in the house. I believe
Hello,
so.
everyone.
What's up, man?
Okay. I'm going to read a couple of Sankas in case you don't know what a Sanka is, because you neglected to come to my workshop, unlike Kit and Robin. I guess Robin's already left. But everyone else did. But that's not okay. And it hurts my feelings. And
What?
there was a lot of crying in my sleep. All you people who neglected me.
What am I, chopped liver?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I didn't see you there for a second. I'm sorry about that, Sindler. Yes, this Sindler was mentioning my workshop earlier, and chopped liver is very delicious. Really good chopped liver is a delicacy. Remember that. So I'm going to read some Sankas. Sankas are a Japanese form poem that I invented when I couldn't fit another poem into a Sanka. Into a tanka, which has 5 lines, which is a haiku with 2.77 at the end. So I invented the sanka, which is 6 lines, and 6 lines with 3 to 9 syllables per line. or 3 to 9 syllables per line, but the same amount of syllables per line. So, if you want to get that. So I'm going to read a couple of sentences. When my family lived in Puerto Rico, my mother made me eat mangoes and one of my dad's old shirts inside the bathtub. That is a true story. I was a very messy child. Here are two that kind of go together. I used to collect commemorative coins when I was growing up. When I was in college, my brother sold them in a garage sale. He also sold my belt buckle collection in his garage sale. My mother said that I never used them anymore. She took his side in that. And plus, she also took his side for selling my favorite hat. And then this is another one. When I buy heirloom tomatoes at the farmer's market, I like slicing them in wedges, then eating them with my fingers, then drinking the juice from the plate. And yes, I do that when nobody else is around. I would do it in a restaurant or in front of other people if people wouldn't call that bad manners. So that tells you a whole lot about what I'm capable of. I'm just going to read one more poem that I was going to read tonight at the New but didn't, which is called It's All About the Protein. And I'm in the mood for shoofly pie with plenty of flies. When flies see you eating their friends with coconut whipped cream on the side, with every smile, laden bite, they leave you alone. Tell all the other flies and even alert the mosquitoes. Mosquito and green tomato cheddar pie is a savory pie that tastes too good to be true. The crust can be traditional or graham cracker. Place thin sliced super extra sharp white cheddar cheese over the crust. Top it with slices of tart green underripe tomatoes. Sprinkle with a mix of allspice, cardamom, and brown sugar atop the tomatoes, then layer like lasagna 2 or 3 times. Top with pumpkin and sunflower seeds over the top layer of cheese. Bake under foil, then remove the foil for 5 minutes so the cheese gets broily browny and the seeds get toasty tasty. Then dig into this addictive delight. Baked mosquitoes are said to taste like ground Szechuan peppercorns. Thank you, everyone.
All right, man. Yes, happy belated birthday, man. I really wish we had some of that available to see those workshops in which you talked about there.
It was a very busy Saturday. I mean, people were off on Governor's Island, and there was something for I think Amanda was off doing La Brujas thing. It's no big deal. You can't be everywhere for everyone, and that's okay. My feelings weren't hurt. I had enough people show up, and Kit was there. So.
Yeah, awesome.
Love you. Happy
Much love.
birthday.
Exactly.
You're very awesome, Amanda, and so is everyone else. So
much love, man. Anything you'd like to promote in particular before move on? Oh wait, you got you muted.
I think that will be coming up on the 29th of August. I'm not announcing it yet, and I'm just putting all my basic info right now into the chat, and that's about it. So thank you very much.
All right, Generalissimo, thank you so much. As always, appreciate it, man. And I wanted to hear more about that workshop for sure. So maybe I'll message you because I wanted to hear more about those forms. There's a little bit of stirring on my end on the Wi-Fi, so I missed some of that. I'd love to hear more about that. Okay.
My internet's been really choppy lately. So.
Yeah. So I'll chopping it up. We'll chop it up regardless of the choppiness. All right. So we're gonna go to Green Bay, Wisconsin. We've got another killer poet who just comes up and just does amazing things. Let's go and welcome Nathaniel Beck. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing tonight? I hope really well. I'm glad to be here. So thankful for this space and for all of the people that are a part of it. Honestly, it's honestly a pleasure. You can find me at NCBEK Poetry on most platforms, or just look up my name. But yeah, and I have a book out. I was the 2020 recipient of 3 Mile Harbor Press Book Award. I always forget to shout that out. So definitely check that out, and DM me for a copy, like a signed copy with like extra goodies if you want. Otherwise, definitely support the press that, you know, was gracious enough to publish my work. So this poem was when I featured the other night with Elemental, Paul Conqueso, Ray Jane, and Leon. What's I forget his first name, or their first name.
Basilios.
Basilios Leon, the Velvet Hurricane.
Basilios Leon. They are honestly amazing, and I hadn't heard their work before. And seriously, everyone spit fire, and I was trying to figure out what my set was going to be, and didn't really know what that was. But I came across this like old poem that like I've never read out loud before. And I just thought that it was really interesting. It's titled Reflections on Storms, and I thought it was very fitting. So it was the year before the rain, the flood, the Mississippi mouth that opened its hungry and frothing jaws to every street. It was the year the animals went quiet in the trees, made a screaming howl of leaves till they never spoke again, like they just became a part of everything, wild and still. It was the year before the wind, the clouds, the gusting hands that shook the windows open, consumed every house in town, but left our grandparents' farm still and trembling. It was the year before we knew what a bad thing was and had a word for it. Before we knew the clouds and all the names they claimed for themselves. Before the freight trains that howled our eyes open in the night. They say the winter comes to finally lay rest to the dead. They say we are all at the edge of a door knocking with shovels made of our bodies. And nature is a pale set of keys jingling like wind chimes waiting to let us in. They say a lot until they don't. The Midwest has always been so silent until it too is not. They say on a calm day, if you press your ear to the angle of the wind, you can still hear all the people who got lost in it. On the clearest days, just before the clouds come and claim back the light, there is a stillness that rests in each breath, like 1,000 doves trapped in a memory. Do you remember the way the land has come and paid our debts? How much we owe to this land, this world, for just being. There was a time as a child I wanted to be able to fly. As I got older, I learned what a fearful thing it is to become a part of the wind. Thank you. If it's cool, I have 2 more poems, if that's all right.
Absolutely.
Actually, instead, I'm going to read another thing that I've never read out loud before. And this is for Paul, because he's wanted me to read this for a good hot minute, and I haven't. So this is Germination, which is from my my book, Atrophy of the Boy Who Became a Wishing Well. 1. When the world finally stopped and lifted its hands to shake time with the beginning, we were all ants in a burning fire, roasting a raindrop from our lungs. We became whole in flesh, a new meaning made of spare bones. Back when the sun spoke for 6 days, we kneaded the stones out of birch trees till the blood ran with the children and made roots of the apples while we still spoke with snakes. Back when the wood made homes of our bodies and we asked the caves to make artwork of our names, we chanted 3 times into the stars to return, and the silent night came and tucked us into bed. 2. My mother would make maple syrup of my back the nights she would sing me lullabies and ask for forgiveness. Back then, before oil varnish licked the clean from my hands, I still had feet that faced the way I was talking. I still made a breakfast of smiles and picked joy from my cheeks like kisses. I was just a boy then, made of grass and soil stains that hadn't learned how to say my name yet. Back then, before my body knew the taste of fruit, every hug was like home-cooked pancakes and biscuits we could sink our arms into. Kisses were nothing but a stamp on every letter that said I loved you. 3. There are days I wish I never found what flesh was for. The earliest memory I have, I don't remember what birthday candles made molten wax offerings to my cake that year. Disney movies were still made of film and plastic, spun out and tracked across white static. It was definitely before first grade, before my boyish heart learned what girls could do to it. I remember reaching for Hercules or The Little Mermaid. VHS tapes would flicker and crackle as the machine ate the tape into the belly of the screen. My eyes fused to the hypnotic palpitations of the living picture box. A woman screams or cries or lets out a deep moan that sits even deeper in my stomach. Porn and murder can look and sound the same to a young boy. It can call out the dark and curl the spine into waking. There is a cherry that breaks like a boy's skin, and all the juice layers my hands full. I run. 4. Images and memories can remake themselves in art, creep out the mouth like gangling fingers. We are all Polaroids in the past. 2nd grade, art class. The body makes an appearance. All the applause is held to the end. Nudity is a parent-teacher conference or an office, an art gallery. Female draped over parchment in a loose jaw of my mother's speech. I hold up my hands like my father speaks. I hide the words in graphite, a slacking babble that I cannot understand. What are hands if not dirty? But it discovers itself in my chest like breasts make milk and strong bones of the wicked. 5. We score the banister of my life and 12 chimes of the clock answer. Indiana Jones and Star Wars. Every child adventures into the unknown. I find my father's collection in boxes, 4 or 5 in total, maybe more. I never counted. Some days I wish I would have never found I wish I would have found comic books so I could call them graphic novels, but graphic doesn't blister the body and leave it vulnerable like this. I learned hair is not for the head. Beasts make good work of our bodies when the good aren't wanting. 6. 13 years and a child sacrificed to the teens. The boy stays and I hear him in the cold. When my arms ache to the sound of my haunting, some secrets hide in plain sight, others make themselves a web, and I have been caught up ever since. Does the computer know we watch it in the night? Make its body and ask it not to speak, not to look when we make love to ourselves. We are a selfish mass. I have learned to hate my hands and all they have become in the night. I was a child once. Back when my ghost was still a young haunting that leveled my hands raw, and all the years gulped down my boyish charm. The keys gargled out a symphony while I tried to collect myself before the floor. 7. When my brother tells me he cured the bad box of all its wanting, removed the digital flesh that bred with our bodies, we learned that the addict becomes restless before the dawn. The father will demand a sacrifice. He will ask of you so much more than you can offer. He will ask the boy to fix the box. The boy sits in silence. He doesn't understand how to put the plastic back in itself, much less the boy back in the body, so he accepts the blood at the altar. He knows love asks for all you have inside you. I left flesh in the keyboard this time. The hum of a fan stirring wisps the hairs end to end, and I fear the click fuzz of the computer coming to life. 8. The boy begets love and calls it woman. The first time we kissed, I was a handful of 40 pages and 2 wrong clicks of the mouse. We are more than our understandings, but I have never learned how to be more than this. Plastic wrap coating of a snapshot confusion. I am not of my body and all that it wants, but her finger fishes the voice out, and I am a silent bed of emptiness. We make fuck and call it 9 years. Much longer if I accept how it has changed me. We are what we eat, they say. And my skin falls from bones and I smell of Robitussin. The hands have learned while I was asleep. And I am still trying to pick this love clean and flush my teeth till I can't taste anymore. 9. Some days I never left room 207 and Adele still plays through the receiver. I wish I had enough answers to be honest, but tomorrow is always a future we haven't lived yet. If time was a language, I was still learning to speak the past, not understanding how to move a sentence forward. Sticks and stones may break our bones, but sickness lives inside me. 10. Art imitates life, but if all paintings moved, you would give them color. She was old enough to make a history book of my body, but still asked where the scars came from. I have hidden the truth from myself long enough. It has become bed sheets, and I am still wondering why I have nightmares when all I don't want to believe sleeps with me in the night. A third of a century inscribed on my coffin, a man now, or fog that has called itself into existence, but these are all the loose teeth I bear in the corners of my palms. I am still the boy in the dresser, the stain-lined paper mural of a shadow. I want to be enough for myself and have enough of myself to love someone else, but I keep searching with my hands in the dark. I see only daffodils rotting under the leaves, a boyfriend of a full stomach making promises like grease to antacid, heartburn, and a sickness that runs the belly empty. My love asks for my name, and I let all my secrets run from an open spout. But the water muddles and thickens in the night. I am a festering of fingers crawling from my body. This is what I call love. A confused mess of scabs I scratch at in my childhood, a naked mess of flesh and mass that I try to stand up like a gentleman in my absence. I am as grotesque as my body makes me. 11. Forgiveness is a sound I whisper into my pillows every night I sleep next to you. She doesn't speak of the man that haunts the room when we are away. She makes the lemonade of my lips, and I learn to drink her kisses sour. It is a sweet crystal refracting everything I have been beneath the covers, and my body shivers in colors I have never known. I try to explain my body and all I have ever mistaken. She rests her eyes and asks me to hush. I am a small thing in a toy chest of memories. She looks at me as if everything she has ever said repeats, I see you. My sins lament like water from my body. I am as soft as relaxation. I ease the delicate wings of demons from my back. They are a brittle kind of reality. And she repeats, we are all a gathering of things we can't control from our past. We are all human, flawed, but oh so alive. Thank you for sitting through that with me. I apologize.
No, please don't, Nathaniel, please.
Wow,
That was
Don't
amazing.
do that. Don't.
No apologies here. You hear that? No
Oh,
apologies here.
You graced
So
us
we
with
say.
that.
That was beautiful. That was.
We love you.
Oh my.
Fuck.
Love you,
Love
man.
you.
Love you.
so much
Yo.
bravery, so much bravery, Nathaniel.
Thank you all.
Love you.
Gotta get the book.
That
Gotta
was
get the
brilliant.
book. Yeah, man.
Thank you.
That was a special request. Paul Conquesto, hell yeah. He's like, yo, everyone's got to hear it, and you can see why. So thank you for sharing all those links, man. Anything really quick you'd like to share, like social media wise, or like anything you got coming up?
So I finally put together a link tree, so definitely check out that link if you can. It has all of my like recent features that I've done online and stuff like that on there. It has my book, my Instagram, everything. You can find me at NCBK Poetry. I'm looking at putting together a small tour for the book at some point. Hopefully, once everything kind of gets a little bit normalized or whatever. So definitely look out for that. I'll post those dates and things like that as soon as I have them. So love you all. Thank you.
Oh, cool, man. Right on. Yeah, I'm always gonna like espouse the greatness of the link tree, just kind of having that one little spot that you can just put everything on. So I love it. Yeah, and it's great. So if you guys are doing this thing, you have like videos and links to presses, books, all that stuff. Definitely look into that. I mean, there's other like services too, but like the concept is there, and that's a pretty cool thing. So I just linked that on the YouTube live stream as well. All right, yo. So we're going from Wisconsin to Texas, where we have El Paso, Texas, our hometown for our open mic, where we have Lee MS, as always, as we like to say, the MB Lee. And I was doing a blue tribute tonight in the background in honor of you, Lee. In celebration of you. How you doing today?
Damn well, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have two short new pieces, one old one to kind of like ease into those other two. Let me just find it over here. There we go. So this is from my book Para los Locos. And it's called Posesiones, first in Spanish and then in English. Te encontraré nuevamente en la mitad de la noche. Veré tu sombra en mis paredes, acechando mis desasosiegos. Te veré tal vez, extendiéndote en el rabillo de mis ojos, y descenderás sobre mí cuando el sol en la ventana me ciegue. Te encontraré nuevamente, tus múltiples garras en mi garganta, hurgando entre mis cuerdas bucales, en búsqueda de un quejido, un alarido o el llanto. Te encontraré nuevamente, lo sabré cuando no encuentre palabras, cuando falten ganas de todo, cuando sentir sea solo pesadumbre, o me cruce por la mente un eterno descanso. Y es que siempre vuelves, de puntitas, entre susurros, y no me doy cuenta que entras sino hasta verme otra vez en cama, casi vivo, casi muerto, en un estado medio donde ganas sobran y ganas faltan. Soy producto de posesiones y cada vez que te encuentro, asfixiante, doliente, incesante, mudo pieles y huesos y me convierto poco a poco en tus fantasmas. Sé que vendrás nuevamente porque hay veces que te extraño, porque hay días en los que das más de lo que quitas y porque ya has estado tanto tiempo debajo de esta carne que es difícil exorcizarte sin que te lleves partes de mí. Te encontraré nuevamente, de eso estoy seguro. And the Spanish version, this is called Possessions. Possession, sorry. I'll find you again in the middle of the night. I'll see your shadow on my walls haunting my unease. I'll see you perhaps stretching from the corner of my eyes, and you'll descend over me when the sunlight entering through my window blinds me. I'll find you again with your claws around my throat, rummaging through my vocal cords in search of a moan, a howl, or a whimper. I'll find you again. I'll know it when I run out of words, when I run out of will to do anything, when feeling just causes grief, or when the thought of an eternal rest crosses my mind. And you always come back, tiptoeing towards me between breaths, and I do not notice until I find myself trapped in my bed, almost dead, almost alive, in a middle stage where there's a will, but it's lacking. I'm a product of possessions, and every time that I find you, suffocating, hurting, incessant, I shed skin and bones and I turn little by little into ghosts of you. I know I will find you again because sometimes I miss you. Because there's days where you give more than you take. And because I've spent so much time underneath the skin that it's so difficult to exercise you without you taking parts of me. I'll find you again, of that I am sure. So that was one. Then two short new ones. This one, the title is from a quote from a book that I'm currently reading. It is just a second of the book. It's by Stephen Graham Jones, and it's the One Good Indians or something like that. I'm trying to find it. It's a horror movie. Highly, highly recommend it. Horror novel. Anyways, so first in English now and then in Spanish. I used to sit through the pain. Oh, sorry. Trigger warning, self-harm mention. I used to sit through the pain of self-inflicted wounds, nursing the ache until time would stop the bleeding. Peel the bandage and scaff once the body had recovered, just to watch the blood trickle down from head until it pooled by the tips of my toes. A vicious cycle of hurting, healing, self-hurting again to undo the healing. Solía endurecer el dolor de heridas autoinfligidas, asistiendo al daño hasta que el tiempo sanara el sangrado. Arrancando el vendaje y con él la costra una vez que el cuerpo se recuperaba, tan solo para ver cómo la sangre caía de pies hasta crear un charco en la punta de mis pies. Un círculo vicioso de dolor, recuperación, daño autoinfligido para deshacer lo sanado. And the last one, this is called Living Will, first in Spanish, then in English. Cuando el cuerpo caiga inerte y la sangre ya no fluya, no entreguen mi estuche a manos ajenas con la intención de olvidar mi ausencia. Cuando ya haya abandonado mi crisálida eterna, no encierren tras madera mis ambiciones de vida, de ser recordado incluso después que el tiempo hiciera estragos de mi cuerpo. Cuando acallen por fin mis dudas, ansiedades y tristezas, no entierren bajo polvo desnutrido a lo que pudiese alimentar a esta tierra y quizás atarme a este lado de la existencia. Cuando ya no quede nada dentro, ni el despabilado verso y escapar haya ya logrado, encuentren un bosque recóndito allí donde la niebla adquiere conciencia y el verdor les hable en lenguas, y déjenme ahí a decaer en paz y por fin florecer. When this body falls inert and the blood no longer flows, do not trust this vessel at the hands of strangers with the intention of forgetting my absence. When I have already given up my eternal chrysalis, do not lock up behind treated lumber this life's ambition to be remembered, even after time has wreaked havoc on my body. When my doubts, anxieties, and sadness are finally silenced, do not bury under malnourished dirt what you could feed to this earth, and tether myself to this side of existence. When there is nothing left inside, not a single verse left to write, and I have managed to escape, find a forest where the fog has gained consciousness and the greenery speaks in tongues, so you can leave me resting there where I can decay in peace and finally bloom. And that's it.
Yes, snapping it up, clapping it up. I don't know if you can see the windows, but I'm going crazy during the Kermit. What up, Lee? Thank you for sharing those. Nice little background. You got your nice little like area set up, huh?
Yeah, taking shape.
Awesome. Well, shout out as always for making it on. And I know you have your link tree. Do you have anything else coming up that you'd like to promote?
No, nothing so far. I'll just share it over the chat.
Perfect. Awesome. And hopefully maybe a live reading if you can make it, or a fresh cut session. We'll get one of those in at some point when you're ready.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Lee. All right. Thank you for that link. And we're gonna go ahead and see. I'm looking at list 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're trying to get our peeps on. So we gotta do the birthday twins, back to back. It just feels right. So you guys already know what's up. It's the Monday night. We got Kit in the house. What's up, Kit? How you doing?
What is up, me? I'm doing good. I'm real excited to be here, even though I've been here for 50 something weeks to more than that. I'm rambling. I should stop doing that. I should never ramble into sin. I should just go ahead and read my poems, 2 of mine, and then the cover poem. It's a little, it's out of left field for me, but we'll get to that when we get to that. First 2 of mine, sit through me. You get the cover poem as a treat. Mumble, mumble, transition. It is hard to be over the top when the globe itself keeps flipping. It is hard to keep perspective when nothing will sit still. The world doesn't have to listen to me. Nothing does. The world will never, as never before, bowed before a collective will, much less the individual, screaming like a flea might. And it is readying for the great shaking, casting us off. It appears to follow the systems we devised, but that is little more than a courtesy, like asking after a coworker's child by calling it the little one, to hide that you never learned their name. So what should we do in these early last days? Should I be among the street preachers who one day will not only be right but fashionable? Shall I count the sides of the Epeirogon until I run out of numbers? Busy work. Is this all just busy work? Since we cannot rebuild the world in our image or reshape it with our tools, then maybe the job of the artist is to be irritating. The hair falling across a politician's lip mid-speech. The non-fatal accident grinding traffic to a halt. The puppet show will once again be in vogue, and we'll marvel at the marionette with no marionettist, reaching his odd bony hand to pluck his own invisible strings. And this one, if you were at one of our many sister mics on Thursday, Fincabulary, then you already heard this. If you were not there, then you have not heard this. But this is new shit, I suppose, by most definitions. The I of the poem is not I, but he often resembles me. The I of the poem speaks in my diction and preoccupies himself with my concerns. I do not know if this makes him my employee or my son, or maybe a plant sprouted from a trimming. When they complain about their circumstances, I do not know if they do so with the helpless wail of a skinned knee or the veiled threat of unionization. When they fail in front of a live audience, sometimes I am vengeful and protective like a mother bear. Other times, I am disappointed and grim and inform them that they have been reassigned. In a couple cases, let go altogether. A lovelorn eye has requested a meeting. He has a list of demands. He is much more handsome than me, which makes his lovelornness inexplicable and cruel and artistically interesting. His first demand is just the word unfair in all capital letters. He is tired of being the Greek on the urn Keats saw, chasing and not catching, drinking but never drunk. He notes that I have no other poems in this emotional register. This is also unfair. This is too much pressure. And anyway, he thought I hated Keats. I love Keats. I don't know where he got this idea. He wants a better ending, he says. Poems never end, I say. He shrieks in frustration. Not another Dan Cohen. I just want some fucking say in the things that I am supposed to have done. It sounds reasonable. But plenty of actual people have the same complaint. This is supposed to be about them in the end, right? Not us. A poem isn't a way around or out of life, I lectured a lovelorn one. It has to be weathered, just like everything else. He leaves, as miserable as he's ever looked, and he was created to be miserable. The eyes of my poems are talking amongst themselves. They are restless and stubborn. They are not staying within their lines and themes. They are comparing salaries. I do not know if they are my employees or my children, but they are definitely not plants. And both fathers and bosses know that the uprising always comes. And a fun little sporting thing. Well, since the Olympics are here, and since baseball's back, it was gone for 12 years, and now it's back. So this is one of those things that became so ingrained that people don't know it's an actual poem. They just think it's a few phrases. But this is Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. A Ballad of the Republic sung in the year 1888. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2 with but one inning to play. And then when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a sickly silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to that hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did also Jimmy Blake. And the former was a Lulu, and the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey's getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more there rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It knocked upon the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing and a smile on Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance gleamed in Casey's eye. A sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of the storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand. And it's likely they'd have killed him. And Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the spheroid flew. But Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echo answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is gone from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout, but there is no joy in Mudville. The mighty Casey has struck out.
Awesome, man. Casey, man. Always remember Sean Casey from Detroit getting thrown out from left field.
Oh, the mayor, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I want to hear Casey now. You got your sheet, man, your stuff you want to promote, all that good stuff. Yeah.
I got my sheet. You can find me on Instagram at Kit Ran Away. It's a pun. You get it? You get it. Twitter at Kit Talk Sports. That's not a pun. That's a very flat statement of fact. Goodreads.com/Kit Talks Books plural, excuse me. Kofi.com/Kit Ren. That's a bunch of artsy fartsy essays about football. If that's your thing, it's certainly my thing. There's also a donation mechanism there. You can find me at Facebook under my name. Pretty simple system there. If you want to drop something into the chat, into the tip jar, my PayPal is connected to my email. And if you just want to talk, that's what email's for. All right. I will slide back into the background now. Thank you so much for listening.
And that's what email's for. That's the lesson. Awesome, man. Let me okay, cool. Every time you talk about your Twitter and like Kid Talk Sports, it's what it says. I always think of the rest of development meme, dead pigeon inside. It's like, well, I don't know what I was expecting.
That's the name of this show.
Yeah. Awesome, man. All right, awesome. All right, let's keep it going though, because we got more peeps. Especially, I think our next few are East Coast, so it's a little bit later. So thank you for your patience. We got the real Nick P rocking the cool beanie and the smoke background. What's up, man?
What's up, Richie? And I think this is flowers. This time.
It is. I did not get a good glimpse of it. I did not get a good glimpse, but now I see.
Yeah, it's flowers. It's not. Yeah. What's going on, everyone?
I'll tell you what, man. It's your time to bloom.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. We're gonna open up right there with me losing my stuttering stuff. That's great. All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna start off with something I made in Henry Simo's workshop. I don't have a title for this one, but it's a trico. It's not cats. A cat found its way into my backyard, wanting to be in nature, rolling around grass, connecting to the earth's heart to feel the rhythm. Kitty left backyard, ran across the street away, do it again. Nice little life ball right there. I'm going to do. I'm kind of a little skeptical about putting this one out there, but you know what? This one came up. I was like, fuck it. I'll give it a shot, see if y'all like it. That doesn't even have a title to it, by the way. It's not manly to cry. It's not manly, masculine to be sensitive. You're supposed to make money. You're supposed to be a robot. It's not manly to be depressed. It's not manly, masculine to be sad. It's not manly to drink girly beverages. It's not manly to lay back, be competitive, be the victor, be the alpha. Don't be a beta, gamma, delta, or epsilon. No, be an alpha. You are supposed to resolve conflict calmly, put your fists while acting solemnly, and be on your own. No gang needed. You are all that you need. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Claim and conquer everyone. Are you? Come on. And don't get raped, bro. You don't like that. You like that shit, don't you? Cut that shit out. Shut the fuck up. God damn it. Don't want to dominate. Well, maybe you aren't good at it. Stop it. Full stop. I can cry if I want to. I can resolve conflict without my fists. I can do what I want. I can call upon my team if I want. And I sure as hell can drink what I like. I don't have to listen to the social norms. I am not normal. I knew that on day one. Won't be conforming to it. You shouldn't. It's not good for your health. So I don't know how y'all feel about that one, but that one kind of was working on a little bit. I heard talk smack way too many times. And I'm going to end with this one right here. I worked on this in did this in Paul Queso's workshop, actually. My body is a rhythm that no one understands. My feet shuffle as if they were a deck of cards. My arms tick-tock, alarm clock, letting rhythm grace sacrifice the nerves for flow. My body is a rhythm that no one understands. My hands are flowing with the winds of change. My hips are afraid to reveal too much. I love how it moves. Grooves against pavement. The pavement is indifference. My body is a rhythm that no one understands. As my feet taste the salty sand. Crystals caress my body, swaying me, taking the edges, pressing against my lip, running on down my rib cage where the coconuts kiss my heart, where the mangoes caress my lungs as the island inhales my body. Crowd of people watching, waiting, trying, cipher, my pottery speaking in Hellenic. My body is a rhythm that no one understands. Okay with it. That's my piece. That's my set.
Awesome, man. I like compared to like past shows where you like throw the notebook down now and I'm just like, all right, that's it, kind of fit it. Thank you, man, for sharing those. This is definitely a testing ground. So again, you guys got any new stuff you want to share, even if you're just trying to work it out? This is definitely, I think, one of the spaces to try it out, because there's so many of them going on. But the real Nick P, man, what you got coming up in the next couple of weeks?
Well, I was just at Governor's Island on I was at Governor's Island yesterday. Saw Poco Queso there.
Yes, we were.
I was about to get to La Tormenta. I saw you there too. Plenty of other people were there. It was a great time. You can catch me at the Real Nick P on IG for all who want to connect with me and everything like that. I got some things in the works. My next open mic is not until August 4th. So that is next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday. So you're all interested, go like the words right on Facebook and IG. Thank you for having me.
Right on, man. Thank you for joining us on these Monday nights. And yeah, man, I'd love to hear more about these upcoming things as well. Appreciate it.
Oh,
Thank you,
and
Nick.
one more thing before I
Yeah.
go. So Con and Denise aren't here, but I wanted to show off their new shit right at work. There it is, right there. There it is. That's Con's book. Denise, here's your book. Just got them today. Can't wait to read them. So yeah, they're all amazing art. Go check out Red or Green Books to get those original 10, man. 2 of them came from here.
That's right. Hell yeah, dude. The support is I love seeing it all across the board. Hell yeah, Denise, Khan got all those books, man. The OG. That's really cool. Who else has their copy? Bust them out right now. It's I'm gonna get mine from them personally so I can get the sigs on them, signature, a little message and all that. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll clip that and share it with them. Cool. All right, Nick. Awesome, man. So who do we okay, so actually we're gonna go to Finn. Finn Bell is up next, and then we have La Tormenta, Paul con Queso, back to back like that. Finn Bell, always coming through, always great to hear from her. Let's see. Want to make sure that you are here though. I see
Present.
you. Hey, all right. Awesome. That's a cool little avatar there.
Thank you. Hello.
Hey, welcome back.
So I was going to share 2 pieces that I did in Paul con Queso's workshop as well. They're probably still in progress. I might have to work a little bit more on them. And then after that, I'll share my latest poem. So both of these have no titles yet. Oh, all of these have no titles yet. Your hands, my hands, points of pride. Elegance was a luxury painstakingly exacted in quarter hours of lemon rind, rubbed raw and milk baths, a nurturing mother's caress. I recall now a den, snakes coiled menace, strangling arms and branching to constrict bronchi, leaving when your breath deflated, pierce balloon, once swollen and red, now floating away, ash and refuse. Then the second one. I scraped my calves upon the rocks as we were climbing them. You didn't pay me mind, body on vacation. Thoughts back stateside, you passed your breath, impatient steam between the grates of your city teeth. Sand inside of my cheek, bitten, swollen. We were the same frustrated tints into shades, into dark. We muddled, start over. Fall into the ocean, back of skull first. Salty brine drink, insinuating life back into my life, insinuating back life into me. Suckling upon the open wounds on my limbs, stigmata weighted. You have to feel something, something, something. Hurt me through and through. Baptize me. I absorb it. It is love. And I drain the Pacific with my thirst. And then finally, this has no title. I do remember how to navigate the sensation. It has visited me in the past, so rare it disperses. I know it has taken up residence here before. So how did I choose to forget how it sidles up to me, a new conspirator, a slick bedtime lover? Its embrace becomes my leaden fealty, chasing your helium promises as they float beyond my reach, one by one. How do I feel weighted down, gasping for breath? I don't understand at all how I arrived here. I do not distinguish the ocean for the sky above my head. The way my heart is speaking to me now is a language I am no longer fluent in. Did you realize that hearts splintering can be a physical pain? I think I erased that knowledge from my mind. It boggles me to comprehend that this organ functions and ceases around your own minutes and seconds. You, the clock minder, and I, the favored clock you tinkered inside. Fascinated. You took apart my inner workings and pored over how they fit and functioned, entranced. You put me back together, reverent care. Even as you ceased doting on how I ticked, you still wound me faithfully, as if by force of habit. You wound and wound and wound. Routine motions having nothing at all to do with love. You broke me.
Oh damn.
Ending with a bark.
Yeah, that was one way to end. Wait, was that the end?
The end.
Oh man, that I've said it before, but that's the applause. All the love. Awesome. You had more, right? Or wait,
I
I'm
that was it. Yeah.
okay. Sure, I wasn't sure because I heard you mention a couple, but I wasn't sure if I was interrupting
Oh no,
with your natural. Okay,
you're good.
okay, cool. I mean, it's always great to hear from you. Uh, we missed seeing you. I got the cool avatar today, but what do you have going on this week or next couple of weeks? Do you like to promote as always, or do you like to share?
Well, next week I have Paul con Queso hosting my open mic. It is a special theme made especially for him because he asked for it. It's about boy bands. So look for that. It's on my Eventbrite. And then at the end of August, there is what I like to call poetry games, but we had to change the name because the person who's heading it is not comfortable with the word poetry games. So they wanted to do boot camp. And I said, no, I don't want to be a boot camp. So it's called Let's Write Poetry and Prose Prompts with Ron Mark Thompson. Very unwieldy and long. We're working on that. So that's at the end of the last Thursday of August. And then my little announcement in the middle, I will save for Camlin to announce when Camlin has her turn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's do
It's
that.
awesome. All right, cool. She's almost up. Well, I mean, as always, it's great hearing from you. And as always, your vocabulary is fantabulous and fantastic.
Woo.
Just to come short of Ed. We missed Ed today, so we got to throw in some positivity and all that stuff.
Send Eddie love. He needs a lot of love and
Mhm.
positivity right now. He's going through a rough time.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Ed, if you're somehow watching this, sending that your way. Yeah, I give him a shout out too, beginning of the episode. Hell yeah. And that boy band thing that from Paul, that's gonna be cool next week. But right now, coming to us from Jersey, from Jersey, we got La Tormenta. I saw you've been signed out, but like a little like little face on there. But
sad face because I don't fuck with Jersey. Can you mute that?
anyway, welcome back. What's up?
That's why I'm in Jersey. All right, I'm gonna do 2 cover pieces. Oh my god, no. Gallery, thank you. You guys can hear me okay, right? Cool. All right, piece number 1, J.P. Howard. Her book is called Say Mirror. And this is called What to Say to a Friend Who Wants to Give Up. Say I love you, even when you can't love yourself. Say please, please not today. Say too much life unlived. Say mirror, say beautiful. Say this arm, take this arm. Say grab, say hold. Say let tears fall. Say tears heal. Say forgive your mama. Say she did the best she could. Say tomorrow, say sleep. Say split second, split the seconds. Say let the seconds turn into days. Say today, say tomorrow. Say sun, say warm. Say skin, say warm skin. Say sunlight, say new day. Say breath, say inhale. Say exhale. Say not today, baby girl. Say so much life to live. Say love. Say I love you. Say hold on. Hold on to love. Woo. And then the next cover is by the one and only Nathaniel. Shout out to Paul for giving me this book. I'm about to take it off of his hands and he's about to hate me for it, but it's okay. Fishbowl. I made him pick an easy piece because everything in here is brolic and it was gonna be hard. So I picked the easy piece. Thank you, Nathaniel, for letting me read your magic. Shout out to the Storm Force. All right, Fishbowl. This is gonna be so hard. Everything feels barren when the bottle runs dry, when you are still left standing uncorked and vulnerable. Alcohol has never saved me from myself, much less others, but I have stood 1 3/4 in before, and I am still barely waiting. How easily someone can pour into an ocean, but pouring the ocean out of yourself looks more like a dry landing, message in a bottle over a bed of rocks named regret. All I have to show for it is a couple old faces and a crumpled piece of paper. This feels like leaving again, surrounded by a last call, empty pockets, a glass bottle with nothing left but my reflection. Thank you, guys.
All right. Yo, yes.
Yo, I've never had someone read my shit before. That's so fucking wild. Yo.
You made it.
There you go. That's awesome. I remember last year around Thanksgiving, like people I know, not just here, but I think even at Neo, I think that was like everyone was like reading people's doing covers of other people's poems. That was really cool to see and experience. We gotta keep that going. Hell yeah, that was perfect. Amanda, that was quick. Anything you'd like to what you got going on or like to promote?
I don't have anything going on. I have a workshop in August with Oye Group. So I'll link all that stuff when I have that. It's my first workshop with them. I've done workshops before, but I'm really excited. I hope everybody can come through and share that gifts with the world. So
That's amazing. That's super cool. Thank you. I like how you're always changing your name. I was like, what am I gonna Quesita? Shout out to all the cheese. Speaking of which, next up we got Paul con queso. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing, Paul?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Jersey. life, you know.
Right on, man.
I'm coming off the high of Gov Island. I'm coming off the high of my workshop. I'm coming off the general high of being part of this community. I love y'all. Thank you for holding the space always for all of us here. Like Finn said, August 5th, I'm going to be hosting the larger than life open mic, which means any late 90s vibes. It could be boy bands, girl bands, pop shit. Just interweave it into your shit. Like, you know, like my cheesy ass likes to sing. Even just a reference. You don't have to sing. I'm not going to force y'all to karaoke, but that's a challenge. It's a challenge. All right. So I'm going to read a few pieces I've never read anywhere. And I'm trying to see how they feel in a space because they might go into my second book. We'll see. This is called Don't Crease Face. I clearly remember the smile of my caseworker. It was kind, as she was, but being woken up at 3 a.m. to have her investigate and invade and inspect your anatomy, see, there's no private part of this confidential convo at all. The recorder tape recording, notes taken, snaps, a photo, graphic evidence of pelvic bone and meat of inner thigh. She grasps and asks if you slept all right. I sleep most nights, but like, not that deep. Must be because the pounding sound inside me at high alarm and on constant guard of breach, my body a stronghold of rejection, fortress of forcible entry. And when you clench your eyes shut at night, remember, not everyone's so lucky to have a place to call home. And even when all they got's a bed in the room of a studio, that don't mean they feel safe. My definition cloaked in a white child-proof cup runneth over with marker of purple smile. And yes, you can file this in your report, Miss Kind gleaming teeth. As you stare through me in these creased hours of light, you can denote this great wall of oasis inside, which is always dry, a wilting tree, stranded Mecca, I trek to annually, but never reach. Hoorayeth for a place with no name. This second piece is going to come with a trigger warning. It's called How Suicide is Not Like 13 Reasons Why in Real Life. It's not always razor blades in the bath or hash marks on forearms. Oftentimes, it's small signs. The reunion you skip, the tiny sips from communion cup, the liquor you grow immune to, the series of meals you ditch, the unusual way you always run to the bathroom after, how you watch the news and feel nothing. That empty stomach slowly filled with brown liquid the instant your best friend stops texting back and you grow accustomed to distance. The way you press 2 fingers to your mouth as if a trigger. How your family stops inviting you to functions. The fun in posting your Instagram for 6 months and wondering if anyone will ever wonder why you don't post dim lit selfies anymore, but perhaps they will. The windowsill you sit in to contemplate the hang time of a body falling in reverse towards sky and wanting to see if it's possible to discover the shape a body makes when flung. There's such a thing as blood angels. The way you haunt your old social circles, like the part in Tom Sawyer, the boys fake their own wake just to see if they were missed. My biggest contemplation was if anyone would cry at my funeral, but in truth, you know that every death is a tragedy, how in the end we become our own stupid specters and bleed out in cliche tubs of reruns, spilling over into after school specials where the drama's more about who you've done than what good comes from any drop of contribution spilled by the pulp of your pulse. Welcome to your tape. And fuck you for only giving a damn when it's too late. All right. Nice light stuff. This next piece is called, I just wrote this last week in Peggy's workshop. It's called Thriving is Whining. So shouts out to Peggy Robles Alvarado. Thriving is whining. You are a land-walking fish, and living is leaving a trail of water and scattered scales behind you as if breadcrumbs of suffering. Living is trafficking through ghosts in a constant march toward a better life. Welcome in the next in line, still sucked bone dry. I don't want to disappear in downtown Newark, New Jersey. A less worthy facsimile of the ancestry which led me to such fair-skinned straightness. Fact is, I am every bit quixotic as them, not queer nor femme, but I know the divine feminine guides my every step, unisex. I want to be like Prince, androgynous, but still an undefinable symbol, the sex symbol everyone in any given club wishes to fuck the vinyl off of, but I only wish to choose those who truly see me. I wish to be not the tainted genealogy of this family tree's thickened limb lobbed off to beat me to pulp like switch, designed to make me lame as those whining that life is not thriving, drowning on dry land because I am not meant to walk in their world. All right, this last piece, I actually think I read this at the New Year once, and I'm gonna see. I don't want to read a too long a piece. But I'm gonna fucking give it a shot because I like this one. It's called Mastering. Bubbles rise. A gulp, a gasp for air, a hand emerges, cutting the surface of serene like a skipping stone being thrown along riverbed. Went to camp from ages 8 to 10. I mean, a real fucking privileged kind of summer camp, a mortgage per summer kind of camp amidst the most affluent types, the my mom's a lawyer type, the self-righteous type of Central Jersey oasis set beside the richest Jewish neighborhood this side of Hudson Rivers. And meanwhile, my cereal for dinner, South Ward Newark's starving ass, served tours with all the thrill of a tourist there, unaware of the privilege and could only afford those stays because my dad worked there as a counselor. And instead of getting paid, we went for free. Me and my sister spent our waking day going about all kinds of privileged people shit. Singing songs in the morning, cruises down river in canoe in afternoon before heading home, whatever ice cream treat you could fucking dream, and you never had to pay for it, nor chase down some hello blaring potential maniac with bodies in the back of their Mr. Softy truck, perhaps having to choose between cookies and cream, pebbles, push-ups, and sonic pops, plucking out gumball eyes to plop in mouth, and we never had to go without, like back home, scrounging for nickels and dimes inside mom's penny jar. Times were hard, and I was assured, if nothing else, in a summer or two, if nothing improved for us, I could start working under table, maybe able to be financially stable, with no need for bowls of dry fruity pebbles as dinner, nights at home, latchkey alone, because mama was a rolling stone, and we'd sit and wait statuesque for the turn of her key to finally feel safe. Remembering days I'd sit stone-faced in fields at Riverbend, wishing to dip and ditch and coast off the surface like skipping stones, wishing to be left alone, staring at reflections bouncing off of river, always picked last, but okay with that. In my eyes, it was better to be an island, relying on no one, than to be some needy peninsula or inlet which needs to be fed by some riverbed, always fed, but perhaps that was the root of histrionic thoughts and issues becoming rigid and unmovable, to prefer this alone like stone, sitting in privilege like summer afternoons spent in cabins, crafting pottery, sand collages, lanyard, swimming laps in a regulation Olympic-sized pool, digesting all the moves and proper strokes from back to breast to dead man's float. Learning best methods to hold one's breath in the crook of your throat in case you ever had to go and save someone who needed it. They'd equip us with lessons how to carry the sedimentary as stone from the floor of pool, to learn the time, pressure, and effort it takes to shoulder another's weight displaced in arms, how far you must go to reach surface and carry from harm's way, how long a body can take being submerged before it's a lost case, even teaching us to administer CPR, 30 chest compressions, 2 rescue breaths. I learned it takes 98 seconds of deprived oxygen before brain damage. And each summer, as we advance through the ranks of expertise, 1 per year, perhaps the best 2 to get my aim to climb. That summer I knew was my final there, climbing ranks, minnow, barracuda, stingray, dolphin, then shark, assuming part of apex predator, no more being picked on for me. See, if I could cut the water gliding like Finn, perhaps this pup could finally sharpen teeth for once rather than being chum. This intention, leveling us up and serving as life preserver in case of emergency. At worst, you could save a life. At best, you'd return that summer after you age out, do your best Baywatch impression with that as intention, spending every lunch break practicing cupped hands, strides, and grace in depth. This magic harp splashing about, a shark circled the sunlit surface, my minuscule minnow-esque body flailing beneath, holding breath, doing its best not to be seen. 20 seconds, bubbles rising. Lungs compressing, 35 seconds, holding breath, face bluing like barracuda, stinging rays of light piercing muddled sight, 58, body twist and turning like dolphin at the edge of evolution from Magikarp to Gyarados, minnow to shark, boy to something larger than this body, serving as counterweight, as anchor, saying nothing, words escaping me like breath in the pool, a sea, my technique becoming a sight to behold, a most tranquil stone, the hunger pang, sense of angst, flutter floating in gut, rising up as the bubbles escape, body becoming monolith, holding breath, much longer than necessary, 67, 79, 95, seconds passing, and now no breath left, no treading, no dread spreading, just tranquility washing over me. You know, the cliche goes, right before you die, your entire life's supposed to flash before your eyes like some midnight show of self-encapsulating anamnesis. But in this moment devoid of breath, I didn't see anything screen coral but the color black, a stone cold expression, feet brown, no treading. But then you feel the arms of someone you call a friend coming to rescue. When the light returns, eyes cut surface like fin, oxygen pumping lungs, and all at once you realize you're back in the land of the living, where you are still far more Magikarp than anything else evolved. You flail and splash, water spurts from nose like violent bile, and just like the stone you are, doing what you do best, sinking into yourself. Because little do they realize that all the time you spent waiting, surfacing, bottoming, emerging, again, cutting off breath, stone-faced fresh, that you were never practicing how to swim, but doing your best to feel out drowning so you can master that art.
Shit. Damn. Paul. Wow.
Thank you.
Dude.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Yeah, man.
Yo.
Thank you for the space. A lot of those poems I never would have got off my chest. So I love y'all. Thanks for letting people spit their shit.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah. Dude, yes, thank you. Now, again, I love that there's timestamps. We can go back and revisit all these because people have been spitting tonight. I mean, they always every week it's like that, you know, but like there's a certain sense of opening tonight. It's crazy. It's interesting, man. So you already promote all your stuff. Thank you so much.
Love y'all. Thank you.
Looking
I'll
forward
put
to
it in the
Wednesday.
chat.
Hell yeah, put it in the chat. You know how it goes. All right, awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and go from Jersey. From Jersey, 1-2 punch to Phoenix, to Arizona.
Hi, everyone.
Where we have Kemlin. What up? Hey.
Hey, I'm so glad
Wait, where
to
are
be
you?
back. Oh,
No, there you are. I was just looking for you.
Yeah, okay. I'm so glad to be back. And Richie, thank you. You and Kit provide such a safe space for me. And I've been working on writing this poem for a while, but I finally finished it today. But it is my thank you to each one of you poets, brave as you are, for giving me this enchanted summer. The poem is called Kintsugi Wabi Sabi. Kintsugi is the Japanese art of mending broken ceramics with lacquer and gold. What do you do with the broken pieces? Pretending everything was fine. Pretty porcelain doll, flawless and touchable on the shelf, broken before the first flush of a crush, child crushed by the lust of a lover, caregiver. Trauma is cancer devouring mind, body, soul, one cell at a time, a slow death. Pain numbed by faceless lovers, collecting trophies, collecting dust, never satisfied, ingesting poison, sip by sip. All that's left are broken pieces I continue to pulverize. How do you mend a broken life? Kintsugi, enchanted summer, my poets. Your honey brown rays broke through my clouds. Your words, viscous crimson sap bleeds. You flow between my crevices, my abscission. Pull me into you, fill my longing emptiness. I rest with you between my pieces. You harden within. I cry, not in pain, a cheap iteration of the word love, but in gratitude. I am safe. I am secure. I desire you. You desire me. Desired, not discarded. You gently pour yourself, fusing the broken shards. You broke through my futile attempts to hide my flaws. You see me naked, unclothed, and you are not repulsed. I see myself naked, unhidden, and I am not repulsed. I face my scars tattooed over skin, limb, organ, heart. I trace them with your gold flecks, shining between my brokenness. Piece by piece, I'm stitched, restoration, reborn, perfectly imperfect, wabi-sabi, a masterpiece. How do you put yourself out there again? Least of these. When I was imprisoned, you came to me. I locked myself in. No one could touch me. I was hungry. You fed me. Starved for love I didn't even know I was missing. I didn't know I was missing. I was naked. You clothed me. Stripped, flogged, raped, left limp, lifeless, dead. But you wrapped my broken body with compassion. You covered my shame with blankets called love. You bound my wounds gently. You soothed me with lullabies. There is a balmy Gilead that soothes the sin-sick soul. There is a balmy Gilead that makes my wounded whole. Thank you, poets, for this amazing summer where I have learned to own my pain and grow and rise.
Thank you. Right back to you. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, everyone. Thank you, Kemlin. Thank you so much.
So can I plug my special thing now?
Please, yes, I'm excited. You guys were hyping it up.
Yes, I'm so excited. So what's coming up is Magic Mike. It's reversed. So anyway, let me tell you about this delicious, exciting event that's coming up on Sunday, August 15th, 6 to 9 Pacific Standard Time, 9 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. It's the Poetry Chippendales. And what's so exciting, okay, and you guys, many of you know my history, and as my poem spoke of, this is a review that my brothers are helping put together to share their talents with us, presenting the poetry erotica, and it's for a benefit. We are raising money for the Butterfly Project and in the Philippines, and the Butterfly Project aims to help children, girls especially, who have been trafficked and find a life again. It's a personal project for me, hits me really deep, and I know many of my brothers who are going to be sharing their gifts also feel very strongly about it. So let me tell you, tease you with the lineup. We are going to have Elemental, Mr. Speaker, The Withdrawn, Lacan, Advocate of Words, Lawan Bulatao, Andy Markert, Addie Poetastic, and our own Paul Con Queso. So I'm really excited about our lineup. So the event is coming up. There'll be an Eventbrite link coming up soon. So get excited. You're going to see lots of social media publicity flooding. And I just want to show off how amazing our poetry community is, that we can do some good. I mean, you guys do great already, and you brought so much healing to my life. But this is a chance to also give to a really wonderful organization and ministry to help these young ladies find their life again. So thank you for your time.
That's the most important part, to see people come together for that. Thank you. Wow, what a lineup. That's wild. That's on
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Exciting.
Great name too. Love it. Love the
Yeah,
pun.
so Richie, I'll be sending you PubMeds as well. So, if you can, join us in spreading the word. I love you, man. Love you and Kit. What a special place. Thank you all for the time, for sharing this very important project of mine. Thank you. And I'm working this project with my co-collaborators, Finn Bell, the fabulous Finn Bell, and Lawin Bulatao. So, and we also have a lovely host, and that's Versus from the Philippines.
Wonderful, wonderful. Also, shout out to Poetry Global Network. I see all the names there. I'm following the channel, so I'm already familiar with everyone. Nah, Kid helps out a lot too. I'm looking at the chat too. Anyway, be on the lookout for that event. Where will you share that? Where will you be sharing that online?
Yes, it's going to be on
the
Eventbrite.
vocabulary, right?
Okay, awesome.
This is a production of Fincabulary. So, thank you to Finn for being our sponsoring producer.
Oh, of course, right? Thank you, Finn. And also, of course, Linktree. I'm gonna post that on the YouTube live stream as well. So if anyone wants to follow, we'll do that. Thank you, Kimlin, for making it on today. And come on, you're welcome anytime. All right. So let's see. We got a couple more peeps that are signed up that are here, and then we got some peeps that are signed up and just can't make it, but that does happen. Like I said, it is a late mic. So we'll catch them next time. But I believe we're gonna go ahead and go from Arizona, and I think we're gonna end the night. Well, I don't know. We need to ask Mr. Gregory Speed if he wants to perform, but otherwise we're gonna come back to El Paso where we're gonna get some acapella rap and some freestyle from a homie. He made his debut a couple weeks back, coming from the east side, George Dieter. We have Ciclo in the house. Ciclo, what's up, man? Thank you for your patience. I know you've been here. What's up, dude?
What's up? Oh man, it's not trouble at all the way. Love hearing all this amazing poetry. Today's been super good. I'm gonna change the pace a little bit, get a little turned up. I'm gonna start out with this this cover. I mean, it's not really a cover. I just put my spin on this song that came out a couple months ago. And then I said it was gonna be a cappella, but I kind of changed my mind, and then I'm gonna show y'all what I can do freestyle. I have no idea what I'm gonna say or anything, but let's get to it, man. First one's called Guerrero. It's by Eladio Carrion. Dicen que Dios pone a prueba solo sus guerreros. Entonces si me echa este beso es porque puedo. Hay que recordar que sin los aguaceros los días de sol no fueran tan buenos. Yo brillaba antes de tener joyeros, ojos rojos como tego bandolero. Hay unos cuantos que me quieren ver con suero. Ahora que en la cuenta tengo un par de ceros. Mira, yo no quiero un canto, cabrón, yo lo quiero entero. Por eso en esta mierda, cabrón, siempre yo me esmero. No estoy puesto para el problema, estoy puesto para la libreta y para el lápiz. Enrollo un blon y sigo happy. Hey, a la basura me botaste. A la calle tú me tiraste. Dijiste yo puedo, pero conmigo no aguantaste. Shit, man, I should've seen it coming, but these hoes before the streets. I thought all you wanted was money, shit. But when you let shit, you even took the sheets. Pero, mira, se acabó el juego. Por ti ya yo ni ruego. O estoy puesto para el palabreo porque yo sé que puedo. Y si Dios me pone a prueba, a San Judas yo le ruego. Dicen que Dios pone a prueba solo sus guerreros. Entonces si me echa este beso es porque puedo. Hay que recordar que sin los aguaceros los días de sol no son tan buenos. Yo brillaba antes de tener joyeros, ojos rojos como tego bandolero. Hay unos cuantos que me quieren ver con suero. Ahora que en la cuenta tengo un par de ceros. Mi nombre en los letreros, un billete azul para el maletero. Tequila clase azul y eso que ni bebo. Estoy caliente como el sonrufo porque puedo, no tienen hambre porque se llenan tanto de odio. Algunos se intimidan, es que son tan obvios. Saben que si juego voy directo al podio. Mi vida es una serie, cada tema un episodio. Despacito voy con calma, mejor me quedo con mi alma. Guerrero hasta que ya no pueda dar más. Yeah, dicen que ellos ponen a prueba solo sus guerreros. Entonces si me echas este peso es porque puedo. Hay que recordar que sin los aguaceros los días de sol no son tan buenos. Yo brillaba antes de tener hoyero. Ojos rojos como tengo bandolero. Hay unos cuantos que me quieren ver con suero. Ahora que en la cuenta tengo un par de ceros. Me tiran desde el submarino con torpedo. Sigo en la casa. Yeah, that was it. And now we're gonna get to what y'all used to, and we're gonna get a little turned up, a little freestyle. Yeah, let's get this shit. Yeah. Mira, vamos a ver lo que yo voy a hacer. Si te metes conmigo, sabes que te voy a joder. Llegó el Rastafari, te metes conmigo y tú sabes que siempre nos vamos de party, papá. Mira, tú sabes que ronca mucho de calle, pero tú sabes que de la casa, papá, no sale. Escúchame, papá, tú sabes quién yo soy. Chico en la casa, papi, con toda la grasa. Te metes conmigo, ¿qué carajo es lo que te pasa? Mira, mami, te voy a decir algo, mamá. Y si conmigo, mami, tú quieres bailar, pues a la tarima, mami, yo te voy a trepar. Esto es hasta abajo, tú sabes que sin relajo. Te metes conmigo y tú sabes que nos vamos hasta abajo. Mira, mami, si conmigo tú quieres bailar, la marihuana yo te pongo a fumar. Y si todos los diablos conmigo quieren fumar, pues otro fili, papá, tienen que enrolar. A San Judas yo le ruego y me lo da todo, porque tú sabes que el dinero me va a llegar, porque tú sabes que la cima la vamos a tocar. Le Rastafari, sigo en la casa, papi, no hay más nada. Y si conmigo las gatas quieren fumar, pues tú sabes que un fili tienen que ya enrolar, porque tú sabes que fumamos de la verde, de la buena. Cabrón, aquí la tarima se prende en fuego, porque tú sabes que siempre nos vamos, nos fuimos. Tú sabes que llegó el boricua, el taíno, papá, el negro o el que tiene todo. Tú sabes que yo vengo del calentón. Y si conmigo las gatas quieren bailar, pues la marihuana la pongo a fumar. Sigo en la casa con toda la grasa. Te metes conmigo, papá, ¿qué carajo es lo que te pasa? I'm dead. Thank you.
Damn, man, you were like, then you were waiting all night, man, and then you just like casually just turn up a whole damn storm, man.
Oh man, yeah. I've been practicing. I had a quick question, bro, for the Thursday. Do I have to bring my own music and shit, like on a pen drive and?
I could play it off your phone. I have an auxiliary cable, and I could plug it into like a
that's
phone or
better.
something.
Yeah, that's better. Okay, cool, perfect. All right,
So
man. Thank you. I am Real Life Ciclo on Instagram. There's pretty much nothing else. Ciclo with a K, CIAKLO, CIKLO. It's right here. That's it, man. Have a good night.
Dude, yes, I love the energy, and I didn't even realize it. I was yelling to match yours, like.
Thank you. Yeah, man. What's up, man? Gotta turn it up.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, like all night I've been kind of whispering, kind of chill, but then I just realized I caught myself. I was like, damn, I'm like yelling right now.
Yeah, man. I'm here to turn it up every Monday, man. I gotta come back.
Appreciate it, man. Glad to have you. I'm glad you're no faster, man. See you on Thursday. All right.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
All right. Awesome. Yo, we're gonna get some more music. We have a crowd favorite up next. It's Christine Ponce Diaz. She's gonna play some songs for us. Another opportunity to just sit back, kick back, relax, chill. So, just find a nice, comfy spot and enjoy the music. Christine, what's up? You made it back to an open mic. What's up?
Hi, how are you?
Good. Yourself?
Good, thank you. Yeah. The first one is it's one that I had done before. It's Mari Soledad by Natalia Lafourcade. And the second one is Love Song by The Cure. And the third one is Your Power by Billie Eilish. So it's kind of a little journey, I guess, in the music. So it'll be a little bit different stuff. But yeah. tiempo pare y ver nuestros recuerdos en los mares y esta soledad tan profunda que en el canto de las olas me quisiera sumergir, embriagándome en su aroma, algo nuevo descubrí. Voy a navegar en tu puerto azul. Quisiera saber de dónde vienes tú. Y vamos a dejar que el tiempo pare y ver nuestros recuerdos en los mares. Y esta soledad tan profunda que me cante el mar, un bolero de soledad, que me cante el mar, un bolero de soledad, soledad y Natalia Lafourcade. That was Mar y Soledad, the ocean and loneliness. But it sounds kind of happy, like it's about a lot of deep, lonely feelings. But it sounds kind of, it's juxtaposed with like happy melodies, and I don't know. I should stop talking. I'm gonna do
Great
the
piece.
next song.
You're pulling a kit, you're like mumble transition. No, that's great. Thank you.
Just not gonna talk anymore. So the
No. Your stuff is great. Don't apologize. Keep doing your thing.
the next song is called it's Love Song by The Cure. Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me You make me feel like I am clean again. However far away, I will always love you. However long I stay, I will always love you. Whatever words I say, I will always love you. I will always love Love Song by The Cure. And the last one's a new one that I've been working on. Sorry, just dropped some stuff. It's Your Power by Billie Eilish. And I was just kind of taken back by her lyrics, as I always am. I love her lyrics and the way that she conveys her musical ideas. So, yeah, okay. Billie Eilish, Your Power. Try not to abuse your power. Oh, you didn't choose to change. You might not want to lose your power, but having it so strange. She said you were a hero, you played the part, but you ruined her in a year. Don't act like it was art. And you swear you didn't know, wonder why you didn't ask. She was sleeping in your clothes, but now she's got to get to class. How dare you? And how could you? Will you only feel bad if they find out? Would you take it all back? Would you try not to abuse your power? I know I didn't choose to change. You might not want to lose your power, but having it so strange. I thought that I was special. You made me feel like it was my fault. You haven't ever lost your appeal. Does it keep you in control? In control for you to keep her in a cage? And you swear you didn't know, said you thought she was your age. How dare you? And how could you? Will you only feel bad if it turns out that they kill your contract? Would you try not to abuse your power? I know I didn't choose to change. You might not want to lose your power, but power is in pain. That was Your Power by Billie Eilish.
Wow. Yeah. Claps, snaps, claps, love
That
all
was Your
around.
Power. That was Your Power by you.
Exactly. So great. Wow, that was a little mini concert. I loved it. Always enjoy getting to just sit back and listen to you do your thing, you know? Christine, I know a lot of peeps might be seeing you for the first time or hearing you for the first time. And how can they see more of your work? Because I know you got a YouTube channel, and like if they just want to connect with you, how can they do that?
Thank you. I can connect with people on Facebook, Christine Ponce Diaz, or also on YouTube, Christine Ponce Diaz.
Okay, yeah, awesome. You're like simple, just as that. And hopefully we'll see you on Thursday at Old Sheepdog to get a couple performances. Let me know and we'll save you a spot, all right? Cool. Anything else you wanna announce or say? All right, thank you, Christine. Christine's amazing. You are amazing. I don't know why I said like you're not here. You're amazing. uh yeah. You guys, I don't have to say what you guys experienced, right? All right. So with that said, that's it. I'm just kidding. Dan is here. I want to make sure he's listening. Dan, are you ready? What's up, man? Let me introduce you, all right? So, as is tradition, we usually have a closer, the main event at these Monday night online open mics. And so we're going to go ahead and bring up Mr. Dan the Man. Take it away.
Click. Where's my spotlight? My spotlight. Where's my spotlight? Thank you. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? Click. All right. Yeah, I know. It's a bunch. Well, anyway. Yeah. Well, I cannot believe it's tomorrow again. My nephew is turning 14. Yeah, so happy birthday, Joseph. And I know there's two birthday tributes I know of. One I did 2 years ago. The other one's tomorrow. You're about to find out. And yeah, lots has been going on. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and poetry slam. See, what I'm saying is once again I'm behind schedule. The reason why I'm behind schedule because my computer's down. I don't know. It kind of like a frown all around town. I don't know why my computer's down. It's been blowing like a crown, a clown. Well, the only thing is, that's what delays me. But luckily, I've uploaded the interview with Bray Bagwell and 2 scenes of my poetry slam. One last Monday, the other one 2 weeks ago, and 3 weeks ago, and that's right here at BWOMS. Yep. And yeah, and been a hell of a weekend, and looks like I went to a job fair. I'm still looking for a job. Yeah. So, well, here goes nothing. But anyway, yeah. But anyway, I know lots has been going on. My old friend was here, Jeanette. It was nice. It was nice to see her again. Yeah. And I guess everything was all right over the weekend. And I know earlier today, I don't know what's going on. Well, but at least tomorrow will be a good day because I have a birthday tribute due. I can't reveal who that is. Y'all find out. And 2 days ago was I'm sorry, 2 years ago was also the same birthday, Bray Bagwell. No, I'm sorry. Dang it! Why do I keep mistaking a lot of things? Ay. Sorry. It's Daisy Blue. Yeah. Oh yeah, but I thank her for her service because she was a United States Air Force. I thank her for her service. She served her country very well. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And the other one, I cannot reveal who that is. Surprise. Okay. But most importantly, tomorrow, my nephew, Joseph, he's 14 years old. You know, I think I used to see him when he was a shortenbread. Then it became a small fry. But he grew up to become he grew up become a teenager. Well, he's currently as a teenager today. So I miss I miss him when he was time has been flying by. Yeah. Just like you see the planes in the sky. Yeah. Oh, happy birthday, Joseph. Okay. I don't know what's next. Yeah, I know. The last Thursday of the BWOMS is the Old Sheep Brewery. And but next Tuesday marks 2 years, 2 years of the tragedy that we've lost 23 of our own. God rest their souls. May them rest in peace. Our thoughts, prayers goes out to his family. But as always, El Paso strong. Well, we're approaching the end of the 7th month. We're approaching the start of the 8th month. So, and yes, El Paso strong. And I'm about less than a month away till I mark 7 years of Dan the Man's Weekly. Well, I'm still behind schedule, and I still need a big break. That's what I'm hoping for. Oh, thank you. All right. Well, I guess I just ran out of ideas, but I'll think of something on next Monday. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah. All right. All right. For those who performed before me, thank you very much, Christine. Really love your performance, man. Okay. All right. What do you think, Richie?
I think, therefore, we are. No, great job, man.
Thank you. Hold on.
Did you do a slideshow like I suggested last time? No.
It's gonna take too long on this. I apologize for that. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right, here it is. We didn't weep it. You know what to do. Just follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Find my page on Facebook, hashtag Dan the Man's Weekly. And find Dan the Man's Weekly on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe my page, and you'll get everything, including scenes of my poetry slam. I like it. All right, you guys. Well, I'll be at Thursday for the BWOMS Old Sheepdog Brewery. So I'm just trying to get here as much as I can, but I'll text Richie to sign me up, like around number 12 or 13. Make it 14.
Dude, you have to remind me because otherwise I'll forget.
I'll
Okay, because
text
it gets packed. Okay, the list fills up early, so
I'll text you on Wednesday.
Okay, all right, cool.
Okay.
All right, thanks, man.
Thanks, Richie. Guys, have a good night. Back to you.
Appreciate that. I'm gonna bring some batteries for you as a gift, so we can replace the batteries on your smoke detector.
Yeah.
And you know, because we don't want anything crazy to happen. That's all I'm saying. You know.
Yeah.
It's been like a whole year. Okay, so check it out. We have a new challenger has arrived. You know, just to invite people up to the mic, and we gotta get them their time, And so we have Mr. Growman Speed coming from the West Coast, from Cali. You're still in Cali, right? You didn't move on us, did you?
Still Cali.
All right, man. What's up? How you doing?
I'm fantastic. Missing you guys. How y'all doing? Everybody great? I hope.
Yeah, I think we're doing well, as we can. But it's good to see
Well,
you. I know you got a couple pieces, so go and take it away.
Words on paper. When will we all get along? Let's try the 25th of Never Worry, since February is the month chosen for leap years. See, their fears need opposition, as our love requires pressure. All things need to be centered, dimensions of measurement used in order to calculate some proper balance or 50-50 alignment, like being damned if you do, damned if you don't. Hindsight is always 2020. Hating on someone over their race is blasphemy. Nothing short of a fucking catastrophe waiting to happen. Why does hate exist? Instead of pursuing and following self-mastery, being nice isn't hard if you know who you are. Haiku. Alone in a room, echo bouncing off of walls, I study my craft. If you don't see yourself in 3D, then the world won't see you in 3D either. Trust and believe that. Other people's poetry. You can't expect your poem to live if you don't pour any blood into it. AJ Houston. Thank you.
No, man. Thank you. Appreciate it that you got to share a couple of pieces there at the end. How can people connect with you right now who maybe are just hearing you for the first time?
You can find me on Facebook, Gregory Speed Sr. You can find me on Instagram at Grown Man Speed. You can find my book on Amazon under Gregory Speed, titled Hidden Perfectly in Plain Sight. That is all. Thanks, Richie. I appreciate you, man.
Yo, thank you, and I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on once again. And with that, that was Grown Man Speed. Yo, thank you. With that, we have come full circle. We missed a couple people tonight, but as always, it was a lot of feeling, a lot of sharing and connecting, and that's what we can do. A lot of people shared their works. They can get their books, publications. Got a bunch of open mics and workshops. Go hit all that up. It's amazing. So I want to thank everyone who joined in, not just on the Zoom call to perform, but everyone watching on YouTube. You guys are amazing. If you haven't already, subscribe. Barbed Wire Open Mic on YouTube. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. My name is Rich. You can follow me on Instagram at Deadwell Reveries, Facebook, Richie David Marufo, MARRUFO. And with that, we're going to go ahead and say goodnight. Peace to everyone. We're going to go to end the live stream, but as always, we do have a little after party for as long as people want to stick around and chat. We will have that available. If you guys ever want to be part of this, you're more than welcome to. Just, Zoom, all that stuff's available, even if you don't sign up. But I'll see you guys next time. I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. Let's see. Stop the live stream. Not the call. I've done it before. Peace.
Adios.